Hey folks, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. This is our monthly game of Blade Runner, the role-playing game. Right around me, you, of course, see the players for this game, the awesome players, shall I say. I forgot to put in my appropriate adjective. I'm sorry, I'm a jerk. And we're here to play session 2 of the next case file that's been released in the Blade Runner RPG. The case file called Fiery Angels. If you are not sure as to what is currently happening, go back and watch the first session. It's enjoyable, and I think it's well worth it, if only to see me absolutely shocked out of my mind for what could very well be the first time in my career as a game master. So go ahead and give that a watch. Super shocked. All right, so I'm just gonna do a quick sound check because we had a little bit of a technical snafu. Ben, who's playing Yoshida tonight. Ben, would you mind just saying hello? Just a little hi.
Hello.
Okay, it
How's
works.
everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic. Right. Okay, so your sound sounds great, and everyone else sounded great too. So I think we're ready to get started. You guys ready?
Ready as always.
All right. Here we go. Let me give you a little recap of what happened previously on Blade Runner Fiery Angels. The year 2037, specifically June 2037. After last month, your investigation, which unfortunately led to the death of Lilith Tyrell, and you were all tasked with interrogating a suspected, unregistered replicant, or at least that was thought to be anyway, who was arrested at the Wallace Corporation HQ. This individual's name was Ellis Vale. Oh my goodness, what was that? Clearly, Ellis Vale has his own bent. While Novak sat down to utilize an old Voight-Kampf machine to administer the test, the others of you watched through a one-way mirror from an adjoining room. Ellis, who was a service technician at the Wallace Corp, gained unauthorized access to its massive replicant memory vault, and when confronted, took down an entire squad of security guards before finally being detained. Now, Ellis didn't seem to be a Nexus 8 or a Nexus 9, as his eyes contained no serial number embedded in them. And if he was a Nexus 6, well, he'd be very, very old, far past the lifespan of such a unit. After Novak launched into the test, Ellis became agitated and then broke the cuffs around his wrists like they were toys and launched himself at him and slammed into him with his powerful, certainly not human fists. Yoshida, who had been assigned as well as known as a young officer assigned to the case, who actually taking over from Percival from last time, brandished his swords, his Japanese katana and wakizashi, and ran in to rescue the older Blade Runner, with Oelsen hot on his heels, while Fenna attempted to get backup through the comms. A violent assault occurred, and at the end of which Yoshida had a completely destroyed leg, I believe, and Novak and Ellis were dead. Through the financial support as well as the good graces of his father, Yoshida was actually able to obtain a replacement bionic limb. But that would take some time. At the funeral for Novak, all of you present said your goodbyes and were introduced to his replacement, a man named Arkan Eben, probably what you would probably call a vintage Blade Runner, as well as another old hat Blade Runner, Ray McCoy, told that more was needed for you on this investigation. You were summoned to Holden's office the next morning, who told you that Ellis Vale was, in fact, what's called, or what he deemed to be called, a bootleg replicant, where black market outfits using stolen Tyrell tech from a generation ago were able to make their own replicants. And Wallace Corp, knowing now about this, wanted these outlawed replicants found and eliminated if there were any more. McCoy, of course, was to advise on the case since he had some prior knowledge of replicants, and work the case from his perspective solo, and if need be, found at his apartment. That afternoon, Fenna and Oelsen went to Wallace Corp and met with Quell, your favorite PR representative. Quell revealed that the memory file that Vale had in his possession when he was detained was an old recording of a Voight-Kampff interrogation from 2019. A recording of a Blade Runner named Deckard and a Nexus 6 replicant named Rachel, both of whom seems to have disappeared. Meanwhile, that same afternoon, Abhainn and Yoshida met Doc Badger, a black market arms dealer in the city, and played a very good game of what I would call fake cop, bad cop. Revealing that there were, in fact, rumors of bootleg replicants that stretched back at least a generation. No telling how common, actually, that they were deemed to be, as they were not recorded, and there's no way to actually detect a bootleg replicant except doing a Voight-Kampff test. Now, here's where we are today. You actually are in the... you've just completed your afternoon shift, and you have one more shift to take before those of you who need it need to take downtime. Just before we closed last time, I asked you where the places you said you wanted to go to next were. And Oelsen and Yoshida both said that they wanted to go see Coco at the RIT Crime Lab back at headquarters. Fenna said that he wanted to go see McCoy at his apartment. And Abhainn said he wanted to go and do research at the Esper Wall. So I'm assuming by that token that we don't have any changes in our decisions. Am I correct?
Correct.
I think so.
Okay. Let's start with Fenna first, then. Fenna, you take Oelsen in your spinner from where you have left Wallace Corporation, entering it swiftly into the never-ending reign of the Los Angeles sort of mid-afternoon, and entering it, you close the doors. You, of course, still have your KIA units inside the spinner, and as you fly through the air past the huge buildings of the old Tyrell Corporation, you see that now LA headquarters is relatively close by. You feel that you could drop off Oelsen and then probably park near Ray McCoy's apartment as well.
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay. So, I'm bringing you guys over there.
And I think I said in the last session, I uploaded what the contents of that stolen recording were to the mainframe.
Correct. All right, so let me just bring everybody to the map where everybody is and zoom just a smidge into what's happening here. So you guys are here at headquarters, and I would say, Fenna is probably just about where she is on the map to go to Ray McCoy's apartment. Ray McCoy lives in a relatively dingy building. It's a sort of a 6-story apartment building. You see some fire escapes on the side, unused in years, of course. and a main lobby with a stairwell and an elevator.
I'll take the stairs.
Okay. As you ascend the stairs, you see the sort of grayish light of the afternoon piercing through the smog and acid rain clouds. And you hear a noise from above you. And it sounds like footsteps coming down the stairs.
I'll step to the side so whoever's coming down can pass me.
Okay. As you step to the side, you see a figure stop and look down at you, and it's Ray. He looks down and he goes, hi, what's...
I was just on my way to see you. You on your way somewhere?
Yeah, I have a contact out over by the Independent Sentinel. He wants me to come and see him about possible clues.
Yeah. Well, if you like, I can give you a lift. Talk on the way?
He smiles at you and says, listen, I didn't get your name the first time. Fenna, I think?
That's right.
Yeah, so, if you need to talk to me, now's a good time to do it as any. But you gotta make it quick, because I got places to be, and no offense, but, I don't have a very good history with reps.
She just kind of smiles at him. That's fine, I just have a few questions.
Shoot.
You want to talk here in the stairwell?
Yeah, might as well. Go for it.
All right. And she kind of leans back against the railing, sort of casually pulls out a cigarette and lights it as she starts talking. She says, what can you tell me about Deckard?
His eyebrows go up, and he says, I mean, he's been gone for a long time. He was, sort of nods, looks, into the stairwell wistfully, says, he was a good cop. Smart cop. One of the best. But that was a long time ago.
He was one of the best Blade Runners, right? One of the first?
I wouldn't say one of the first, but definitely one of the first that knew how to do his job the right way.
How's that? What's the right way? In your opinion.
I don't think you're gonna like the answer.
Doesn't matter whether I like it or not. It's just information.
He smirks and he says, shoot first, ask questions later. Especially with the ones that want to kill you.
Well, I don't want to kill you.
Oh, I never said you did. You're a different breed. Otherwise, you wouldn't be standing right now.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, it might help you to know that the recording Vale was after when he broke into the memory vault at Wallace Corp was a recording of Deckard performing a Voight-Kampff test on a Nexus 6 unit named Rachel. That ring any bells to you?
I know that the last case Deckard was on, he was after those 4 reps that killed Tyrell.
That's right.
And then, after they were dealt with, he just disappeared. I don't know of anybody named Rachel.
Well, it was an interesting recording. She was definitely a replicant, but didn't get angry like the one we saw a few weeks ago. Tell me, how exactly does a Voight-Kampff test work?
Well, I mean, it's all there in the handbook. I'm sure you've perused it. But...
Well, I've perused it, but I've never administered one. I'm not allowed.
Right. It takes a certain understanding more than just bits and bytes, numbers on a dial to really suss out a replicant, especially nowadays. But the Voigtkampf was the first real way of determining whether or not the AI that was put into the brains of the replicants was good enough to be passed off as human. Passing something that the old ones, the old, this is pre-blackout, of course. We're talking, I don't know, early 20th century, something like that. They called it a Turing test.
I think I read about that.
Yeah, I don't know. They based all the replicants on all that shit anyway.
So I assume that you've performed Turing tests yourself.
To avoid camps, Turing tests.
I mean, sorry. That was Sarah speaking.
I'll go.
I assume you've performed Voigtkampf tests yourself.
I've plenty of them. Yeah.
Have you ever performed one on a Nexus 9?
Can't say that I have. They don't use them for Nexus 9s anymore. I don't think they work.
Would you perform one on me?
Would I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have one.
Well, the station does. Would they let you?
I don't know. It's Dr. Holden, but I think that would be a requisitional kind of uncertainty, shall we say.
That's fair. You certainly have more pull in that arena than I do, but... Well, it's clear that these bootleg replicants get very angry when given these tests, and I don't know, I thought maybe giving one to a member of the team might provide some insight as to why.
I mean, I have no idea how to answer that question. I'm not really in charge of that kind of stuff. I'm not the brains of these operations, if you know what I mean. Maybe you want to ask back at headquarters.
Oh, fine. If I ask, can I say that you've agreed to do it?
Sure. Why not? That's good for a laugh.
Right, well, I've taken up enough of your time, and you seem to be quite busy, so if you uncover anything interesting, do let us know. We are, after all, in this together.
Sure.
Thanks. Good evening, Detective.
Good evening.
And she'll just turn and walk ahead of him out of the building and onto the street.
Okay. He turns back just for a sec, like he's about to say something, and then puts his hand down and walks out the door.
Yeah. That's the end of my conversation with McCoy.
Cool. Anything else that you want to do? I don't think that would have taken up your whole shift, right?
We haven't taken up my whole shift, but I'm not sure what I want to do next, so go to someone else and I'll try and
works for me. Let's flip to the gang at headquarters, right? Yoshida and Oelsen who go to the RIT crime lab where Coco is, right? Let's switch to you folks. So you guys, Oelsen's been let off at headquarters. I'd say that Oelsen, you know, it's the late afternoon. You walk into the headquarters. You probably bump into Yoshida on the, he's been there anyway. He's come back just from the from his encounter with Doc Badger. He and Abhainn are there. The three of you actually probably walk into each other in the lobby.
I'm gonna head down and see Coco. See what we can figure out in there.
I'm gonna put your volume down a bit there, sir. All good.
I'll go with you.
Sounds good.
Eben, you're there as well. So, Patrick, I think you're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, no. I was just writing myself a shopping list for the Esper Wall. So
shopping list. I love it.
Off into the phone. Well, no, I think because he's been out on the streets in the undercover cop role, Arkin is very much not up to date on some of the things, while he might understand the context of other things from the gossip side of the streets. So I was just quietly trying to build myself a list of questions to challenge the GM.
And just to challenge the GM, how dare you? Just to clarify any confusions that may be raised, Arkin is Abhain's first name, right?
Arkin Abhainn is his first name. He's been around for a long time,
Sure.
and he's gone by many names, but Abhainn, Arkin is, for those who know him very long time, Abhainn is the name he prefers because it's the one most people see on the paperwork. He doesn't interact with many cops. He's just, he has the little tin star inside his jacket, and sometimes he will need to flash it.
You sound like 92-year-old Matt Berry at this point in time. That's all I have to say.
That's not a terrible thing for most of my character
Totally
personalities,
fine.
although it's closer to John Hurt in the world.
Oh, I like it. John Hurt, yes.
I just can't do all of John Hurt's little tremolos there.
I just love it. Okay, cool. All right, so...
So yeah, he's just being very sort of like quiet as a mouse, observant, like looking at the chain. He comes in like once a month for any paychecks that aren't like distributed automatically through like a
Direct deposit.
Thank you, direct deposit. But like if he has to come in for a commendation, if there are certain meetings and stuff, or if he's got information, he comes in cuffs under the guise of being a street rat that's picked up, or a homeless person. So he's been in a bunch of times, but also his observation is like in the Eddie James Olmos vibes from the movie.
Love it.
Like,
yep,
a Blade Runner who is not big and loud and flashy. He's very observant and detail oriented. So he's sort of making this mental list of things to ask about and check up on, because being pulled in for a case like this and coming out literally from the cold and the rain is something he hasn't done in a while. So he's rusty at a bunch of it.
totally fine. So I think you move to the floor in the LAPD headquarters where the Esper Wall and the mainframes are, while Oelsen and Yoshida head off to the crime lab. The crime lab is, sparsely populated. Besides Coco, there's just one other, a sort of a tall, thin, gaunt, somewhat traumatized-looking replicant named Percival, who's standing there working on a variety of tasks next to a very mangy-looking animoid cat. Percival sort of turns as the two of you walk in through the door.
Oh, hello there.
You're with them, Abhainn? I thought that you went to the crime wall. God damn
I
it.
did.
Make up your mind! Too many NPCs, too little time. Percival turns to Yoshida and Oelsen, and says, hello. Hello. Officer Oelsen, it's so good to see you again.
Hi, Percy. How you doing?
I am well. As well as can be expected. I'm sorry, I don't think I have met you before. And he turns to Yoshida.
Yoshida limps forward using his cane, extends a hand, and I'm Yoshida. I'm told that I'm your replacement. Hopefully I can fill your shoes.
Oh, my replacement here. And he sort of turns to Coco. He says,
No, not down here. Not down here. With her.
For certain. I was, I was I would say a poor choice by Captain Holden to be placed with the with your standard Blade Runners. I'm much more comfortable down here in the lab, amongst all of the evidence rather than in the field. Isn't that right, sir? And Percival turns to Coco, who, zero emotion on his face, turns to you. This is, of course, the character Coco, played with effortless ease by David Delsmachian. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. David Delsmachian? Something like that? Something like that. I hope you guys have we have what's it called for that? We have a
Card? A mugshot?
a card, a thing. Hold on, I've got what's it called? I've got a handout, I think. Thought I did anyway. Maybe it is a mugshot. Let me check my mugshot deck. There it is. Which one is it? Yep, there he is. I'll just drag him onto the field here. Give me a second. Show mugshots. There we go. And I choose you, Coco. Boop. There he is. He's enormous. Let me zoom out. There we go. So Coco turns to Yoshida and Oelsen and says, detectives, yes. How can I be of service to you?
We're here about Vale. I'd like to know what you've been able to find out, figure out.
Yes, Ellis Vale. Such an unfortunate set of circumstances. I heard I was unfortunately unavailable to go to the funeral, but I suspect there were many in attendance. The information regarding Ellis Vale, and he walks over to a table, and takes one corner of a sheet and slowly unfurls it, and you see the body of Ellis Vale just absolutely Swiss cheese hold full of bullet holes. His face still, his eyes closed, but his face, I think someone shot him right through the head at the end there, so there's like a sizable hole. These PKDs, they have big fucking caliber bullets, so I think that there's not a whole lot of the back of his head remaining, to be perfectly honest. And he says, what would you like to know?
Everything. Were you able to figure out, like, what type? Anything, everything. What you?
Not much of interest. The cause of death is obvious, understandably. There is absolutely nothing to distinguish this particular replicant body from a human one. It's actually kind of scary. Anyone around us could be a replicant and we would never know it. I have a question. Does anyone have is anyone an analyst or has the analyst talent?
Not I.
No analysts, eh? Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, Coco has done his own autopsy and has made his particular sort of examination and suggested it to you. If you, I'm going to say this out loud, if you feel that you would like to do the same, you could potentially suggest it to Coco. Patrick, you're a little off frame. You might want to...
Sorry.
That's all right. It just was like, I'm seeing half of its beautiful face. I'm seeing nose, but I could be wrong on both Ben and Julie's face.
You were cutting in and out, so I didn't hear you.
Oh, apologies.
Oh,
is my microphone kind of iffy? Or no?
It might be our net.
Oh, your internet is.
Yeah.
Maybe. Tell the mice to stop chewing on the wires.
Twice. Yeah.
No worries. So I'll say it again. Coco's made his initial investigation and his initial autopsy and has completed it. So if you folks would like to do your own to find out any clues that you can discover that he could not, you can certainly suggest that to him if you'd like.
Do you mind if we examine the body?
He's kind of tight-lipped about it. He's like, do you have any need for a further examination?
Just to double check.
A lack of trust. We are trained to see things differently than you are.
Interesting. I would say Oelsen makes a little bit of a stronger case. No offense, Yoshida. So Oelsen, go ahead and make a manipulation roll. do you want to push it?
Sure, why not?
How do you want to push it before you hit that push roll? What do you say? What kind of different tactic do you take?
We're really close to this case. It would bring us a little bit of peace of mind if we could just take a breath and take a look at the body with our own eyes and see beyond your very detailed report.
He sort of arches an eyebrow. Says nothing. Go ahead and make your push roll.
Hey!
That's a crit. Absolutely, yeah. So he says, very well, make it quick.
Do we roll observation?
So yeah, if you want to make an autopsy, if you want to sort of perform your own autopsy, I'd like you to make a medical aid. Coco sort of snaps on some latex gloves and says, I will assist. So you can make the medical aid roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because Coco's helping you out. Make sure you click on advantage on your character sheet at the top before you make the roll.
It should be a D8 for a level C, correct?
Level C is, I think, a D10?
D8.
D8, right.
C
'cause
is D8.
Yeah, C is D8.
If it has the wrong die, change it
Uh-huh.
to something different and then change it back and it should be right.
That's right.
I've had that happen before.
Character sheets are wiki-jiggy.
Yeah.
So... Oh, I gotta hit edit. Oh, no, I didn't. Here we go. There we go. There we are.
Okay.
Oh, damn!
So yeah, with Coco's
Nice.
help, you are able to make a very thorough examination. I don't know if Yoshida sort of stays in the background, but Oelsen gets, she gets elbow deep into this rep, and this is what you find out. The body has no signs whatsoever of muscular dystrophy. If you remember, and I'll bring it up again if you need to take a look at it, but there was the actual handout of, which was handout C, of the profile of Ellis Vale's profiles. I'll show it to you again. Here we go. And I'll just blow it up so you can see. In Ellis Vale's profile, it actually shows, amongst different things, his birth, employment date, what his function is, his physical state, which was level D. Level C is mental state, not so great, but level D is really bad. His known address at the Yukon Hotel, and his note at the bottom, which says that he was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy, therefore unfit for off-world duty, multiple applications made. But this body shows no signs of muscular dystrophy at all. That's the first thing that you notice. Coco sort of notes that as well. He says, muscular dystrophy profile incorrect. Second thing that you notice, Coco also notes this, is that there are small traces of blood under the fingernails. Unfortunately, the blood that Coco scrapes out of the fingernails is too coagulated to have come from the recent fight that was in the interrogation room. And he says that if you'd like, I can certainly check this blood DNA against
Yes,
any
please.
DNA records.
That would be wonderful. Yes, please.
Okay. I'll need your assistance. So go ahead and please make a tech roll.
Not advantage.
Not advantage, correct.
1.
One success, yeah. The match is indeed of Ellis Vale in terms of DNA. It's a match. The last thing that you notice from the autopsy is that the body has no traces of belonging to a heavy smoker. No yellowed fingers, or teeth. No damage to the lungs at all. And in fact, it looks to be in pristine condition, of course, apart from the wounds on it.
That's odd.
Yeah. Hoko looks at you and says, "Is there anything else that I can help you with?"
Make sure all of this is noted. And yeah.
Oh, I'll certainly provide this and upload it to the mainframe for certain.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you taking a second look with us.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you. Yoshida, anything else that you want to do here?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, fair enough. So I think that's a good portion of the afternoon is spent there for the two of you. Yeah. Let's flip to Abhainn then. Yeah, definitely distribute gloves, toss them in hazardous waste bin, please. He says that. You know,
Hazardous waste.
Please clean yourselves up before you leave. Here we go. So I think that meanwhile, down at the Esper Wall. Now, the Esper Wall, let's talk about this for a second, because it's one thing to go to the mainframe. It's another thing to actually request access to the Esper Wall itself. So the way it works is, at least from my understanding, is that the Esper Wall actually requires promotion points to use. Okay. So it will require 1 promotion point, as well as, if you want to use the Esper Wall, a connections roll. You need someone to help you to get in.
Okay. I'd be willing to do that for surezies.
So no matter what happens, no matter how this connection roll goes, you're still going to spend one promotion point. Correct.
Sure. That is a success.
Okay. So yeah, you convince. I don't know. You tell me how do you get into to get into the Esper Wall?
I think I'm actually going to flash the equivalent of my old school badge and sort of like pull the equivalent of, it's a rank so dusty that it doesn't get used anymore, but it still holds authority. Like some outdated term from a previous Nexus model of what we used to call agents of... Thinking on the fly. Field agent, what's the term?
Oh, I beg your pardon. This isn't the afternoon. This is the evening. This is not the afternoon.
Evening. Yeah,
this is definitely the evening. So like the final rays of the sun have been sort of filtered through the day. So this is the evening.
Replicant Observation Unit, which is a department that existed purely for investigation and scouting and reconnaissance. From putting out earlier models.
Okay.
Which is when he was around, he used to be part of the team that would just sort of keep eyes on people and not draw as much attention as a fully uniformed, fully SWAT kitted out agent. It's sort of like an embedded, deeper portion of the Blade Runner program, but the ROU is very sort of silent observational. It's not internal affairs, but it is sort of like it has the same sort of weight as the oh shit, these are the guys that watch everybody.
Okay, fair. So I think that would give you enough pull to get you in.
And I think he's going to go to the Esper Wall specifically with 2 ideas in mind. One is trying to connect some of these late goings on with the newer Nexus models and see if there's any other... Is there any trace of evidence of other failures that we didn't quite understand? Because he's coming late to the case, but also the interrogation that was supposed to answer those questions sort of got completely derailed. So taking up the slack while they're doing other parts of the investigation might be just the mundane paperwork of office stuff that Abhainn doesn't normally get to do and is willing to for this team.
Okay.
But the second half would be getting more into trying to use anything reconnaissance-wise to trace Vale's steps. Like, would the Esper Wall have digital records of where he might have gone, cameras that caught him, any sort of video footage?
Great question.
And trace his steps.
Yeah, so great question. So let's start with what you would probably, as a Blade Runner, you would start where the guy lives, right?
Mhm.
And you know that based on his profile, he lives at a place called the Yukon Hotel.
Yep.
Which, for those of you who are avid and very smart watchers of the original Blade Runner movie, it is actually where Leon Kowalski used to live as well. So, I think that that's probably the best place if you're going to use the Esper wall to try to find any Esper footage of him or anyone. There.
And I would love to roll for whatever you'd like me to roll for.
That's a tech roll to get that information, sir.
I can do a tech
and since
roll.
you're there on site, you get advantage.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to push.
Well, you did it twice already, sir. It looks like. Unless you roll
No,
it.
you sorry, am I missing?
With advantage. Yeah, no. With advantage.
Oh.
Yeah. So next time what you do, just letting you know.
No, I see the button.
Yep. I will call that a roll with advantage.
Too long.
That's fine. So you can now push that roll, but you obviously can't roll the 4.
Yep.
Because the 1 is the unicorn roll, which we do not want. So go ahead and push it, but how do you do it differently?
I am gonna sort of. I think I had been looking for him exiting the building, and now I'm gonna go the other way around, which is him returning to the building and the harder work of retracing the steps backwards to see where he's coming from.
Okay.
As far back as the cameras can trace it.
All right. So hit push. Choose the 4.
Sorry, that one.
Yep. And let's see what you get.
Hold on. There we go.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Even
Double
worse.
1s. All right. So.
Well, these damn computers.
Let me see. What happens if you push and you get double 1s? I think that your stress goes up, right?
I broke it.
Let me see.
or your resolve goes down, technically.
Exact. Stress damage. Let me go to
Emotional damage.
emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Here we go. Pushing the roll. I always forget about these because they're so similar to the systems within other Free League games, but I want to make sure that we do this the right way.
Emotional damage.
Yes, that is correct. Emotional damage. Well done. Okay, here we go. Pushing the roll.
You made it, I played it.
If you fail a base dice roll, you can push the roll. This means you get to reroll the dice, but any 1 rolled when pushing will inflict stress or damage upon you.
So
Now,
that's
2
resolve.
Resolve down. How are you doing there?
I'm gonna kill 2. I'm fine. I got 3.
Cool.
But I'm gonna kill 2 characters in 2 sessions.
Well,
and that's
remember,
No, you don't die.
stress
You just
doesn't
get-
die.
You
You
just
just
go
get-
a little crazy.
Yeah, you get broken from stress.
All right.
But you're not a replicant, so you won't have a tears in the rain moment.
Oh, thank God. He'll just.
Yet.
I mean, it depends what he rolls on the broken. He could really do some horrible things. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, Abhainn, you tried your best, but no footage.
I think I'm gonna take a smoke break and go stand outside the precinct and think about this and reassess how to go about my discussions.
I shouldn't say no footage. I was just gonna say no footage that you could find. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna specifically text the team. Can't seem to find footage. Maybe has a secret exit out of hotel ? And upload that into the KIA so everybody knows that there seems to be a lack of evidence of him coming and going easily, or at least by my attempts to trace it.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your evening shift.
Wait, mine's not totally done.
That's
remember?
true. I forgot. Sarah, where do you want to spend the rest of your evening shift?
I had 2 options, and I think that I am going to call Rada
Oh.
and ask her to meet me if she can, or if I can come to her.
Let's remind the audience who Rada is, shall we?
Rada Udaya is she was my first partner in the Reptitech movement, in the Reptitech unit, and basically my mentor. And she was missing during our last mission, our last case file, but she was basically in hiding, but did get in contact with me towards the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, She gave you some way of contacting her directly. So she's still, ostensibly, if she's not dead, she's still in hiding.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
I want to try to talk. I want to talk to her if I can, and preferably not over the network if it can be helped.
yeah, probably like have a burner phone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, give her a call. Here, let me give you the sound effect. Might as well, right? Where's the phone? The phone! I have the phone headquarters. Jeez. Oh, I know why. Give me 1 second here. There it is. And I think on the fourth ring, it picks up. And you hear a sort of a groggy voice. Hello.
Rhoda, it's Fenna.
Oh, shit. For you calling me, this must be really bad.
Not bad, but I did want to run something by you. Are you free to talk?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, Fenna. I'm kind of drunk right now, but if you can find a place where you know we're not going to be seen, I could probably get there tonight. Probably at the night time, like maybe an hour or two from now. Somewhere by the Grand Central Market, perhaps. Give me some
Sounds
chance
good.
to sober up.
Coffee. You know that place we used to go with the good donuts?
Oh yeah. They're all night too.
Yeah, I'll see you there in a couple hours.
Okay, bye. And she hangs up the phone.
All right, and I will make my way there.
All right, so the Grand Central Market's over here on screen. So if you want to put that, put your token over there, that's fine.
Ping it for me again.
Sure, it's right over here.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, I'll head over that way.
Cool. So, hey Ben, would you mind just because I'm thinking I'm picking up some ambient noise on your thing there. Just mute real quick. Thank you, sir. You take your spinner over there, or perhaps a cab, hail a cab, metro cab.
I'll take a cab. I don't want to show up in a police spinner.
Understandable, yeah. You probably would go towards this old, just diner coffee shop. It's just like an old hole in the wall. What would you? Let's give it a name, shall we? What do you want to call it?
Rico's.
Rico's Coffee. I love it. Okay. So yeah, you enter Rico's. You see in the very corner of Rico's, there are a few people here, but most of them are, half into a donuts aplenty, just like a giant stack of donuts, or are like reading books or something like that. But there's just a sort of a small smoky table in the back where you see Rhoda, and she's sitting. She's got a sort of a green overcoat on. She's got a cup of steaming hot coffee in front of her, and she's smoking.
All right, I'm gonna grab a coffee and then go join her.
Okay. So you walk over to her. She says, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yeah. Pull the other one.
How are you doing?
I am feeling like shit, probably looking like shit, but I'm alive.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Well, this case landed in our lap, and I thought maybe with the people you know, you may have heard something we haven't. You heard anything about someone making bootleg replicants?
We've been hearing about those for a long, long time.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
No, you first.
Say, well, they're definitely real. One of them took out my partner.
Rhoda sighs. She says, "Man, you have the worst luck with partners."
I don't know. It's good until it's not.
You seem to still be in a good mood, though.
Say it's my programming.
I think it's a little more than that.
Well, this replicant was brought in for questioning after breaking into the memory vaults at Wallace Corp, and well, we gave him a VK and he just went ballistic. It took a whole squad to take him down.
Well, gotta say, I don't know anything specifically about these things other than they're very, very hard to find whether they're human or replicant. You can't just use the old baseline anymore. You have to use one of those old VKs, and I guess then using that sort of caused a problem.
Yeah, it seems to make them angry.
Yeah.
I asked an old Blade Runner if he'd give one to me.
Rada sort
just
of
to see what
squints. She says, "Who?"
What's for his last name?
Ray McCoy.
Ray McCoy doesn't seem to have a very high opinion of reps.
That piece of shit. Yeah, I worked with him a couple times. Not strictly. On a one-to-one basis, he didn't want to ever have a partner. He was always, "I'm solo, and therefore I'm better than you." But he had his share of troubles back in the day.
Do tell.
Oh. He got involved in some case in the early 2020s. The mix-up, people were involved, replicants. Don't really have the details. It was a long time ago. 17 years, probably 18, something like that. The only thing nice I can say about the guy is he's got a nice dog. His dog's nice. If she's still alive. Well, of course, she's an animoid, so I assume that she is, but you can never tell.
I wonder why they would have pulled him back in if he was so problematic.
Probably because the problem needs more than your average Blade Runner. No offense.
None taken. So, other than being hard to detect, you've heard nothing, no idea of where they might be coming from, or why they're being made?
Why and who and where and how, and if they knew all that shit, then they wouldn't still be happening.
No, that's what I'm supposed to find out.
Well, good luck.
Well, it all ties into the old days somehow, because this rep gained access to Wallace Corp's memory vault. Had one thing on him when he left. It was a recording, only audio, of Deckard performing a Voight Kampf on this Nexus 6 unit named Rachel.
Yeah, I mean,
about that?
He's a little bit before my time, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I was brought into the Force in 2020, about a year after he disappeared. But I hear stories about that guy. Wow.
Anything that might help us?
I mean, some say, and this is just me speaking out loud to you, some say that after Deckard retired those Nexus 6s that off Tyrell, I know he disappeared. But some say he disappeared because this is the stupidest thing ever. And I don't mean to say this to specifically offend you, because you're not a Nexus 6. But some say he disappeared because he fell in love with with a replicant.
Banish the thought.
Yeah. And she sort of stares at you.
Well, more the fool him. I don't think Nexus 6s were capable of anything like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, well, they were more machine than I am. They didn't have memories like I do. I mean, technically, I'm not capable of love either, but I have memories that make me think I would be.
They all had
I don't know,
memories, Fenna. They all had memories. Every single Nexus unit had memories implanted in them. But they weren't real.
And you're saying mine are? Or they're just better at it now?
I guess it depends on how you feel about having memories that you know aren't real. Can you tell the difference between what's real and what's not?
Well, from a logical standpoint, I'm only 1 year old, so technically anything that I remember from more than a year ago isn't real.
How do you know that the memories that you have between now and a year ago are real?
I mean, when you put it like that, I suppose I don't, but if I think about it too much, I'll just go crazy, and I don't want to fail my next baseline.
They still give those things, right?
Yes, unfortunately, when they think we're acting out of character, whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, it's getting late. I don't know if you need to be someplace.
No, when my shift ends, it's just me for the rest of the night.
Well, and I try not to stay, above water for too long, because I got people looking for me. Always have. So.
Understood. Thank you for coming to see me.
Yeah, I missed you.
Missed you too.
Stay in touch, okay, kid?
You got it, old lady.
She throws some chinion on the table. She hikes up the collar on her coat and walks out the door.
Fenna will sit and drink her coffee for a bit and then grab a couple of donuts to go and hail a cab back to her spinner so that she can take it home.
Right on.
While she's in the cab, she will upload to the mainframe that the case file or the recording that they found at Wallace was the last case that Deckard was working on before he disappeared.
Right on. Okay. So, it's now the night shift here, folks. Now is the time if you need to take downtime. Because then the shift after that is morning, and if you don't take downtime, bad things happen with your all stress and that old jazz, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I'll ask you, unless if you have a talent that extends you, like Novak used to have, he could sort of push it harder, further, faster. Does anyone have a talent that pushes them beyond the brink that they can use themselves to ignore that time period and go one more shift before having to take downtime?
Nope.
All right, so then it's downtime time. Time for downtime. Let's it is nighttime. So let's go with where people want to tell me where they're putting their downtime in. Let's start with Yoshida, actually.
You're still muted.
Oh yeah,
Muted.
Ben, you're still muted, buddy.
Yep. Okay. Yoshida actually wanted to send everybody a message, and usually the new guy takes everybody out for drinks, and he doesn't want to let everybody down by not doing that.
Okay. So everybody probably gets a message on their KIA.
Fenna will message back and say like, give me 30, so she can go home and change.
30 minutes
Sounds
works.
good.
Abhainn and Oelsen, you also get the same message.
Where?
Well, I'm probably standing right next to him, so.
That's true. Yeah, you don't need. I'm standing right next to you. Yeah.
He sends,
Check.
he sends them the address to the place. It's in Sector 9 in the Fashion District.
Oh, Sector 9.
Ooh.
Fancy schmancy. Where's that? Let's see.
When Fenna sees that address,
in-
she texts back and says, "Make it 45."
It's like down and southwest of your position here, folks. Just FYI. It's like way over here, like Ogilvy's.
Ooh, okay.
Love it.
Nice.
So you guys can all move yourselves there.
Fenna is going to go home and change into something fabulous, and then head down.
Okay.
Oh, we're on top of each other. There you go.
Arkin is going to send a text message to one of his key relationships,
Okay.
but I can make that a later discussion.
Let's talk.
If
Yeah.
it does it.
We could talk about that after this little scene here that I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
So, it's night, dark night, raining, unfortunately, as it almost 90% does. Like high 80s rain all the fucking time. But yeah, I mean, this is the way that you guys will take care of all of your stress from roaming the streets 24/7. You're spending a shift resting or hitting a club or getting drunk or whatever you need to do to clear your head and reset your systems here. Let's see here. What is it that you do here at this? What's the name of this particular restaurant here, Chief?
I have not given it a name.
Well, why don't we call it Ogilvy's since it's right here?
That works.
Cool. So you guys walk into Ogilvy's. Wait, it shouldn't be Ogilvy's, should it?
No, yeah, you're right. It should have a Japanese name.
Yeah. I do not speak Japanese. Does anybody have a good name for a Japanese restaurant? What do you think?
I've been watching a lot of anime lately.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Yeah.
Um,
I'm looking up Japanese restaurant chains
I was gonna say I just
wouldn't
searched
be a
stuff in
chain.
Queens.
in LA specifically,
there you go.
Oh yeah, what are we doing? Yeah.
right? Japanese restaurant chains in LA serving authentic Japanese food that would have survived the apocalypse. Yes, here we go. Oh, this is good. Here we go. This is the most famous Japanese restaurant in Los Angeles currently.
Ooh, okay.
What do you think?
Oh, there we go.
You think we should do that?
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
called it's
Yeah.
called Yoshinoya.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
There you go.
This stream sponsored by Yoshinoya, a rapidly growing Japanese restaurant with well over 10 restaurants in Los Angeles alone. For good reason, Yoshinoya is best known as Japanese fast food chain. God, my mouth is watering already. Which serves
But this is their super upscale post-apocalyptic.
This is like the flagship.
yeah,
This
but
is like the
Yeah.
flagship store,
yes.
and all the other ones are like the cousins are running them.
These are chain restaurants. I don't know if we want to do chain restaurants or like other like
Oh,
big school. You tell me. No?
This isn't a chain, but the name works. No connection to the actual restaurant.
There you go.
I'm going to instead choose a actual like really good restaurant instead of a chain.
How about
restaurant.
Momofuku?
Oh shit! Who knew?
go.
Here we go. I've actually got a really good one here, and that is called Tsubaki.
Okay.
Cool.
No.
works.
That one's like it's only got $2 signs. It's only got $2. I can intermittent. This has got to be more expensive.
Got to search for most expensive Japanese restaurant in LA.
Here we go. Damn, this looks amazing. Here we go. It's called Shibumi. Shibumi.
Perfect.
Okay.
For those of you who
Shibumi.
are...
Shibumi.
They
No,
all sound cool.
not that one.
A girl who's hard to get.
That's Shipoopy. How
The
dare
entire
you?
walk
Not
is
anymore.
deciding between
Now
these
it's
4
Shibumi.
greatly named restaurants, all providing something very different.
I'm going to put it in chat. It's called Shibumi.
All right.
What it means, I have no idea. So you head into Shibumi in Sector 9. Beautiful, well-appointed, lights perfectly placed, everything, to the nines. And I think that as you walk in, Yoshida, the front of house sees you and says, "Oh, Yoshida-san, it is a pleasure to see you.
It's always good to be here.
Please, these are your friends.
Yes, they are.
Allow me." And front of house brings you to a table, like nestled in the back, away from the crowds of very well, finely dressed individuals. Sort of look at you under their, of course, wearing sunglasses at night, neon laced, with like slick back hair, smoking, of course. Is the law to outlaw smoking in Los Angeles was repealed in 2022. Smoking is cool again. Who knew? And sits you at a table for 4 in the back.
Quite the connection you have here, Yoshida.
It certainly is. As you guys all sit down around the table, I don't even think that you guys need to make an observation roll. You guys notice more than one individual that is serving or doing something for the restaurant that is a criminal. And it wouldn't be obvious to the normal person, but being that where we work, you guys have seen one of these guys pulled in for something, dragged through the room, happened to peek in on an interrogation that this guy happened to be sitting at. And as you guys all sit, the waiter brings over sake and pours it for everybody. And Yoshida looks at you guys very solemnly, and he says, I wanted you all to know exactly who I am, so that there are no second guesses and no problems. I am the youngest son of Sato Yoshida, the Yakuza boss. I am not affiliated with the family. I have always been on the outside. My father wanted me to be the legitimate one, and I've always sought to do that and to stay away from the family business as much as possible. But that is where my suits come from, my leg comes from. As a good Japanese son, I can't refuse my parents' gifts. So everything that I have is not mine, it's from them.
Youngest son of the mob boss becomes a cop. I saw that movie once. That makes sense. And then just takes a sip of her sake, which I'm sure is excellent.
Probably some of the best you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have any questions for me?
Many now. I'm not... Is this a conflict of interest for you?
It is not.
How does that work, navigating family endeavors?
I have really never been a part of the family endeavors. The criminal half of the organization, I obviously know that there's things that go on, but I've always been kept out of them. Just
Your
for that
ability to-
reason. So yeah. And
You
part of the
don't-
reason that I chose the RDU was because, to my knowledge, we don't have anything to do with replicants.
Well, until more modern cases.
Possibly.
Will this raise well, maybe not. Is
Hold
this
it
a
on.
safe place for
Go.
us to talk business?
It is.
Well, I must say, your ability to compartmentalize is impressive.
Thank you.
In fact, it might actually come in handy. We're looking for black market replicant dealers. Having someone on the team with connections to the black market may prove illuminating.
It might.
I also have a contact from my street work. There's definitely between the two leads to follow down. But I was struggling with that Esper wall. I hope you all had more success than me today.
Some, not as much as I would have liked.
We got some clues. Oelsen did amazing. I don't know where they lead yet, but
The file that they gave us on Veil, it's either incorrect or was purposely made incorrect. Because the file says he's got MS. That body, no signs of MS anywhere. Said he was a heavy smoker. 0 signs that body had ever smoked a day. I mean, really didn't even look like there was much in the way of secondhand smoke that ever entered those lungs. So that doesn't make sense. And there was dried blood under the fingernails. But according to the DNA, it was Vale's DNA. That was Vale's blood underneath his own fingernails. So that raises an eyebrow. That is questionable.
What?
I think getting a look at the apartment is going to be a necessity, but we already knew that.
Well, sounds to me like there really was an Ellis Vale, and this bootleg replicant
Maybe
took-
replaced. Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It actually makes a lot of sense. If you want access to a corporation with very tightly controlled security, what's going to be easier? Turning one of their employees, getting someone of your own in there and forcing them to work their way the whole way up, or build an unregistered black market replicant that looks exactly like them and send them in his place.
Yep. My thoughts exactly.
Which begs the question, who wants to get their hands on that recording, and why?
And why?
And how many times they've done this?
Also, worrying. The idea that replicants could be used to breach security in this manner is, well, first of all, troubling, and second of all, of utmost concern to me. Replicants are finally somewhat trusted. If this is indeed what happens and becomes widespread knowledge, it could be very detrimental to the replicant population who are simply going about our lives and doing our jobs.
It's also problematic that these Voidcam tests don't seem to work on the bootleg models, which means that we are sitting on a series of unknown time bombs.
Well, they work in a sense, If the replicant that you are performing the test on gets angry and tries to kill you, well, then you've got your answer, but you might also be dead.
I don't think we need to lose any more cops to prove that.
Oh, I agree. I was just making a point that it works, just not in the way it was intended to.
A bittersweet win, then.
Hmm.
Is...
Has Fenna told us yet about the year afternoon?
Which part of it?
About getting the old model. Testing talking about the tourings with McCoy.
Oh, no, I haven't brought that up yet.
Okay.
Right now, we're still on what Oelsen discovered.
Yeah.
Oh, Percy says hi, by the way.
Oh, I should go sleep. Well,
He was down there
my-
assisting Coco.
I think he'll be happier there.
So, I think the evening goes pretty smoothly considering the kind of revelation, Yoshida, that you've given out. I happen to be the son of a crime boss, and this is my father's restaurant, and la la la, and don't kill me, and oh no, we're totally not gonna, arrest you or kill you or anything. It's like let's just go with it. Sounds like let's keep moving on in terms of this investigation.
I did kind of reach over and grab his suit and feel it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right? Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
I think
Fenna
Abhainn.
Yeah, Fenna was kind of wondering how he could afford this place on a policeman's salary, and was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, well, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
She never gets to have food this good. She's gonna soak it up, baby.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right. Feel free to bring us here whenever you want.
I'll consider this to be Yoshida's downtime event, but if the three of you would like to make your own choices or roll on the table, I'll be more than happy to do so.
Oh, I already knew what Fenna was gonna do.
Okay.
And now she's down here in Fancy Town. It's the perfect place.
Okay. What is it that you'd like to do?
Fenna's going out dancing.
Of course. Love it.
Well, she's a little troubled by by the conversation with Rada and the whole idea of what's real and what's not. And she wasn't lying when she said, if I think about this too much, I'm going to go crazy. So she's going to do something that ensures she doesn't think about it. And since she's here in the fashion district and she is dressed to the nines, she is going to go slink her way into a club and dance the night away.
Okay. Sounds good. Just see something. See something. I must see something here with you. La 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 la. So, this is. If you remember a month ago, you did something very similar, actually.
Mm-hmm. I did.
You met that particular very attractive stranger.
I ran into my friend.
Yeah. How connected do you think you felt with that person?
Strongly, in a strange way.
Strongly.
Yeah.
Like, in a way that if you saw them again, how would you feel?
I would be happy.
Fenna, you enter this dance club. You look around. Tons of attractive people everywhere, dancing their faces off. And you look through the gray haze of smoke and sweat. It's misting in this club. And you see that attractive stranger again. And he's sitting, his arms are like this, he's sitting like that in a booth on the other side. He hasn't seen you yet. He's sort of looking around. He's smiling.
Fenna will see him, but not head over immediately because she wants him to see her first.
Okay.
So she'll sort of make a a circuit of the space, passing not close to where he is, but definitely in his line of sight to see if he notices her.
But you're still watching him, right?
Out of the corner of my eye. This is, in fact, what I am trained to do.
Sure.
Or programmed to do, you should say.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she sort of leans on all of her doxy charms to try to catch his eye without looking like she's trying to catch his eye.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So you're watching him. And he's smiling. He doesn't look and see you. But he smiles as his eyes catch the eyes of a beautiful woman slinking her way across the dance floor towards him. He smiles.
You're gonna do this.
And he raises his arms up. And he just embraces her, taking her to this enormous, very heavy kiss. Fenna, I'm not going to say how you feel, because I never do that for my players. But what I am going to tell you are the effects of what you feel. You have this strange physical sensation that you've never felt before, which is that you feel like the very small hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you suddenly have a just flash of heat go into your cheeks, and you begin to sweat, and your fingernails bite into your palms. This is a stressful event. So, I'm going to go ahead and say, based on this, that this is a... I'm just checking the table here. This is a stress factor 1 event. Which means that if you want to mitigate the 1 resolve damage to you, you have to roll, I believe, let me double check. I think you have to roll an insight against this to effectively, if you get a single success, mitigate that. But let me just check the rules. Here we go. Yeah, it says that if you... Where is it? Stress. I had it here. Did I just not save it? Shit. Give me 1 second here. Stress factor. Sorry for the wait.
That's okay.
Here we go. Stress factors, page 75. So, here we go. When you find a potential stress, you have to roll insight. And each success eliminates 1 point of potential stress.
Okay. So I need 1 success, basically.
All you need is 1.
There we go.
There you go. So
And
you
so-
don't take the stress from this, but damn is it making you fucking mad.
So, yeah, so Fenna kind of feeling the sensation wash over her, closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, lets it out, does it again, forces her fingers to unclench 1 by 1. And after the 3rd breath and all of her fingers being unclenched, she opens her eyes and she smiles. And she walks past the table. And when she walks past, she makes eye contact with him and she smiles at him. And then makes her way onto the dance floor to do what she came here to do.
Hell yeah. All right. So your downtime activity is completed. Now, I think you guys all remember what downtime activities do. They actually reduce the stress, the damage, meaning increasing your resolve by 1. So remember that when you complete your downtime activity. Let's move to Oelsen. What are you doing with your downtime?
Well, after the other two, Abhainn and Fenna leave the table, she kind of lingers a little bit to talk to Yoshida.
Okay.
Which they've really not had any time to do that, the two of them. And the happy-go-lucky, giggly smile leaves her face completely. And she looks at him and is like, I see you. I recognize you. I know I'm supposed to know you. But I don't know why, because I don't remember. You said extraction. I remember somebody, something. I remember that mountain. Were you there? Was that you?
You're muted again, Ben.
I know. It was my platoon that found you. I'm the one that picked you up out of the snow and dragged you to an extraction point.
That wasn't my imagination.
No, I'm surprised that you remember anything from that. You were very badly wounded, although somebody had patched you up already. It looked like somebody had patched you up and then left you there for us to find. And when I found out that we had somebody missing, even if we're completely different units, and then I found out that the search was called off. I couldn't handle that. I mean, you're not a Marine, but Marines don't leave anybody behind. And so I asked for volunteers from the platoon that I was leading, and everybody volunteered. And I sent each squad in different directions, and it just happened to be the squad that I went with found you.
You're why I'm here. If you hadn't found me, I wouldn't be here.
Well, me and my boys. It wasn't just me. But we can't leave one of our own behind. That's wrong.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. I don't know that thanks you's enough, but
There's no thanks needed.
I have to think about all of that. You're real.
Maria. He pours you another shot of sake and slides it over to you.
One more. Then I should go home. I should rest.
Absolutely. With the things that we saw and experienced over there, everything they try to do for you at home is wrong. And the best thing that you can do is find people with the similar experiences to talk with, because only somebody similar to us can understand. So anytime that you need to talk, I'm always available.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She's gonna take her time with the sake and then eventually excuse herself and go back home.
Okay.
A lot of things on her mind.
Okay. You head home. The things racing through your mind are kind of infuriating. How much is just bogging you down with all this input. It's the ability for you to process it all. It's just too much. You need to go home and you need to see Hayden. He's still there. He was there the whole time. You key open the door to your apartment. Probably the middle of the night by this time. Clicks on the light. He's in bed. Hello, who's there? Sort of rubs his eyes. That you, honey?
Yeah, I'm home. Sorry, it was really busy today at work, and yeah, I'm home. Go back to sleep. It's okay.
Okay.
She doesn't even bother washing off her makeup. She just slips off her shoes and just climbs into bed and snuggles up.
Yeah, he, sort of like... Big spoon or a little spoon? You tell me.
She just puts her head on his shoulder.
Okay. He smiles, and as he falls asleep, he says, I saw you earlier today, waving at you, you didn't say hi.
I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Yeah, it's weird. Alright. Good night. Then he just dozes off. Let's go to Abhainn. What are you doing, Abhainn?
So Abhainn is gonna probably work his way back to his apartment, but because of the nature of his day job, it's a long and convoluted route of losing any potential tails. He likes to take a bunch of back alleys and then cut through buildings through like service entrances to throw people off, because he sits in a very small but very nice little high-rise apartment with a balcony overlooking the city that is very like all of his quality and money is spent on just having a nice place when he is off duty.
Mm-hmm.
and separates it entirely from the sort of paltry street beggar persona that he's built for his street contacts. He's gonna fold his jacket, very, very nicely and set it aside, or maybe hang it up because of the rain. But he's gonna go sit on the balcony with tea, and he's got this small notebook that he scribbles in as his signature item, because he has to sort of make a code that people can't figure out if he's keeping notes about what's going on the streets. God forbid he gets captured or something and tortured. The information can't be processed. And he's gonna have his KIA over there where he's reached out to one of his key contacts, but he's gonna sit with his key signature item and just try and figure out what the hell he can do to jump in on this, because getting called in from the cold and participating is the first day was very frustrating. He's trying to figure shit out. But I think he's going to sit very, very quietly and do all that and just sort of ruminate on the day and how he can help.
Abhainn, go ahead and roll me a D8.
Sure. Any old?
Any old D8.
That is a 6.
Okay. Yeah. While you're... I can't remember where this is specifically. You said it was... Is this your apartment or no?
Yeah. So
Okay.
his apartment is much further up.
Okay.
It's near like the news up here in Sector 5
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Independent Sentinel. Like, it's not in a place that you'd expect a cop to live, and he does just enough sort of physical adjustment of posture, the coat that he wears and stuff, so that he can have privacy away from his day job persona.
All right. You hear knocking at your door.
Stand up very slowly. Slide in the chair as quietly as possible. Probably lights still out in the apartment except for one little lamp. And then walk to the door.
Okay.
People.
You hear a voice sort of whisper at the door frame. Hey. Ender, is that you?
Oh. Does he know about? I don't think he knows about this place. Fuck. Shit, how place. Great, cool, love it. Is there any way from the balcony for me to get out and around?
Yes, I would say so.
Great. I would love to do something stupid and dangerous and slowly, gently climb my way back around to the stairwell so that he doesn't know where I live.
Okay, that's fine. As you shut the window, you just hear... Hey, are you in there? You in there?
The last thing with the sliding door is just my coat trailing behind me as I throw it on.
Love it.
In the Blade Runner weather. And then I would like to do something stupid, which is to try and scale the outside so that I can get to him without being at that front door specifically.
Okay. How, I'm not going to kill you with this bullshit move, so don't worry about it.
It's fine.
But you may...
He says that, and then...
No, I choose this. This is fine.
He totally chose this. I'd say that, like, you may not necessarily have the most graceful exit, shall we say. So, make a... I don't know. Fuck. Make
Mobility?
Mobility is good.
Success.
Okay, yeah. So it works out as intended, right? So you're able to get around in a pretty fast way.
I get myself up to the stairwell in a way where it looks like I'm not coming to this level, and I try and like assemble myself into the persona that I've given him, and then I just sort of throw the collar up on the old jacket and just get out of the hole.
What the fuck are you doing? Get over here.
Ender, I didn't... What are you
How the
doing
hell
over
did you
there?
ever find out about this place.
I have people who know people, you know what I mean? Hey, what are you doing here?
Get over here.
He sort of like scrambles over to you.
What in the absolute shit, Kenny?
What? I'm just trying to... I'm here. I'm here to warn you, man. What the hell?
I always told you to contact me by...
No. I couldn't do this on the phone. You never know who's listening.
I drag him by the arm to the stairwell.
Who the fuck told you about this place?
There's words around, man. I mean, I can't tell you who all my sources are.
I'm gonna stare him down and whatever the intimidation check you'd like.
Yeah,
is.
manipulation for sure.
Absolutely. I did not give him this address.
No, you did not.
Yeah, success.
Okay. Like you wrench his arm and you hear a pop as you just know that you've completely dislocated his arm. This is amazing. Like John Hurt, who's like, I'm a meek old man, and just like right behind, and then you just like with expert fluidity, you just pop this guy's socket out of place, and he screams. It's a good thing you live in a small apartment building.
Yeah, I was gonna say try and clamp a hand over his mouth and hope for the stairwell noise. I'm gonna kick at the door to see if I can mask the sound.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. That works for me. And he turns to you, his eyes wide. And he
What
says,
is so urgent?
It's not my fault, man. Miss Javeri told me to find you.
Who?
Miss Javeri. She told me where to find you.
Oh, okay.
What did she have to say?
Just to warn you, man. She told me to warn you that you're digging into a place that you're not going to be able to come out of. But things are going into real bad territory. That you're getting into dangerous woods.
I think back on the text message that I sent her earlier and realize that I'm going to have to tell my partner some things.
Yeah, you may.
I'm going to look at him and say,
I'm sorry for getting angry, but you did the right thing. And I'm sorry for this.
and I'm going to kick the door again, but I'm going to shove his shoulder back into place. against
Exactly.
the wall.
Ah! He just like yells full out, and he just grabs his shoulder. Damn it! Oh man! What to do that for?
If this gets out, I am supremely fucked. You don't... I need to think about a better way to send messages with you for this stuff, because that was not subtle. Did you check if you were tailed?
Yeah,
Have you
man.
been followed?
No one followed me here, man.
Can I see if he even believes that?
Sure. I would say that's an insight roll.
Great.
You want to push it?
I am far too angry. Yes.
Okay.
You know what?
What do you do differently? Don't hit it.
Blade Runner, we live dangerously. I'm going to stare him in the eyes and go, I swear to God, Kenny, I will cut off your fucking other 3 toes.
No, man, I need those toes.
You won't be two-toe Kenny on the streets anymore.
He's like,
you don't have half your toes.
He does some quick math. He's like, I don't know how many toes it's going to give me, Mr. Rabbit, but I'm sorry.
Were you followed?
Nice. You can see in his eyes. He's like, I promise you, Mr. Abbott. I promise you, I weren't followed. I weren't followed at all.
You have successfully conveyed the danger of my situation, and I hope you understand how real the danger is.
Yeah?
I will contact you tomorrow. I need to prepare things now.
Okay.
When I contact you, that will be how you reach out to me if you're at this address. Please don't go banging on my door or using my name like that here. Are we absolutely clear?
He wouldn't have called you Evan, by the way. He would have called you Mr. Ender.
No, I heard it. No, I heard it. But they don't. But the people here don't know that name.
That's right.
That's a different problem for Cop Shit.
That's a different problem.
That's all I'm trying to establish here.
Gotcha.
Great, cool, love it. I'm gonna do that and let him go. Back off. Change my personality to a much more amenable physical stance and say,
Had a very stressful day, and I apologize for taking some of it out on you. If things are really that dangerous, then you had no other choice. I apologize for threatening your toes. I know how much import the nickname has to you on the streets. We're good here.
Okay.
and he's gonna go, and Abhainn's gonna go up the stairwell and out and say,
Double check you weren't tailed when you leave as well.
I will.
And then I'm gonna slam the door and leave on the floor above me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give it like a 15-minute lap before I try and get back in.
All right, that's fine.
But when I do, I am going to draft an email on my KIA that says street cover number 3 blown, and not click send yet.
All right, works for me.
And then I'm gonna brood for the rest of the night with my notebook on the balcony.
Okay.
He's shaken. He's fucking shaken by that. I love it. Thanks, Matt.
Cool. No worries, man. Real quick. I forgot were people sharing spinners? I don't remember how many spinners everybody has.
I mean, I took a cab down to dinner and back, so my spinner is up by police headquarters.
Okay.
I thought you only gave us one spinner for the 4 of us.
I think I gave you. I think I gave you 2.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely 2. After what happened with Percival,
yeah.
You need 2.
Yeah. I would have taken a cab back home.
Okay, so where's your spinner currently, Oelsen?
She was sharing with me, so the one that we had is probably at police headquarters, because I live in the police housing.
Okay. And Evan, where's your spinner?
He doesn't have a spinner. He's always been on foot.
Oh, nice.
As a city speaker.
Oh, that's right.
He does a lot of shared rides and mostly foot traffic.
Cool. Got it.
I guess I have the spinner.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool beans. All right. Therefore, the first day is complete. It is now day 2, the morning. Where do y'all want to go?
Oelsen didn't sleep well at all. to the point of eventually she's just staring at the ceiling, and she decides she needs sugar, and so she gets up and makes cookies, because cookies always sound like a good idea.
Cookies are always a good idea.
And she probably gets up like 2 hours early and makes like 4 dozen cookies, and it's like, well, I can't really keep all these here. So she's gonna start her day off by just stopping by the precinct and
Take a cab.
dropping off cookies. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's gonna have a little bag just for Holden, and she's gonna stop by his office and not really wait for permission to come in. Just like knock twice and then open the door.
Yep.
And walk in and be like, good morning. Hey, so I totally remember that these were the ones you loved. You know, the ones with the peanut butter chips and dipped in chocolate.
As soon as you open the door and as soon as you start talking.
Here you go. And then
as soon as you start talking, as soon as like these words come out of your mouth, Holden turns to you and goes, "Why the fuck are you back in my office?"
So bringing you cookies. It's fine.
Yeah, he says, "Get the fuck out of my office. I don't want to see your face again. You've lost 1 promotion point."
Perfect.
And he takes your cookies.
You know you love those cookies.
Get out of my...
Close the door.
I will not accept that to be your morning shift, Oelsen, so please choose a different location.
No. That was just, getting started.
Of course.
I'd like to go to the apartment.
Which apartment?
The Vale's apartment at the
Yukon
Hotel.
All right. So
That's one of the places I would like to go as well.
Oh, okay. Well, Oelsen goes. I mean, you guys don't. I'm assuming that you guys.
I'd like that. I guess I was gonna say, like, are we in contact with each other, or are we all just running off on our own shit?
I think that unless you guys all like set your watches to wake you all up at the same time, you can coordinate if you would like with each other. But that's a you and you and you and you thing, not me thing.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
would probably be smart.
Yeah.
Do we want to pair up again and head different directions, or do we have that many things that we need to spread out everywhere?
Well, I guess the real question is, how many people want to go set eyes on that apartment? If the answer is all of us, then we should just all go.
I'm going to see the apartment.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, as you guys always have been told on previous Blade Runner episodes, as much as I love you guys going in different places, this is a system, and I do not say this because I want you all to die. This is a system in which splitting up actually is more beneficial than not. I'm going to say that out loud because I may convince you to go to different places, which could save you time. As you guys all know, you're on a clock.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you.
Where else do we have?
Oh, many different places that you could go.
The other thing that I want to do is go try to pull up information on Deckard's last case, like whatever notes he filed with the LAPD. That was my other thing.
Okay, that would have been in the mainframe.
Yeah,
that would take time.
I know.
So
that's what I was saying. I had 2 potential things to do today, but one of them was
it.
go see the apartment.
Right on. Eben, what about you? You have your hand raised.
I know where I need to go, and I don't want to do it.
Where do you want to go?
I need to go to the district attorney's office.
Got it. So
all right, fine. I'll go do mainframe shit and let those 2 go to the apartment and hope they don't miss anything.
All right.
It's like my BG characters who miss all their perception rolls. Split them off thinking it's the right move, and you're like, now I gotta bring everybody else here.
It's fine. It's normal.
Where is the district attorney's office on this map?
Yeah, so it would be the LA courts, and I believe
Got it.
Where the LA courts are, if you want to just bring yourself there, which is right there in the center of Sector 5.
Got it.
And those of you who are going to the LAP headquarters for that, that's exactly
I'll go to headquarters and do my shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't think my tech rolls are great. We'll see how this goes.
And then Oelsen and Yoshida, I would say, going to the Yukon Hotel. Let's see if the Yukon Hotel is anyone here highlighted. If not, then I'll find a place for it. The Yukon Hotel here? Looking. I don't see the Yukon Hotel. So maybe it shows on the handout. Sorry, my voice is getting a little craggy here. Let me see if I can.
It works.
I know, like, but it's not good for everyone's listening. It sort of turns people off, so apologies. Let me find here we go, the Yukon Hotel. It's in Sector 5. Where in Sector 5? It doesn't show me. BB's Bar, LA Viaduct. Shall we just pick a place?
Sure.
Let's pick a place.
Anywhere.
Let's put yourself right here so we can see your beautiful faces. Beautiful. Okay, so I think that considering the, how about we do this? How about we have Yoshida and Oelsen meeting at the headquarters, and then taking the spinner from there, since you think that's where you guys left it, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
He had one.
Oh, you had the spinner.
So
you probably pick
so
her
I'll
up.
yeah.
Pick me up at the station.
Pick her up at the station and then fly there. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just do this then. Let me pull this up. All right. Who's driving?
I guess I was driving.
Okay, makes sense. Yoshida, you look over. Oelsen's got her stuff together, and you guys are beginning to sort of leave the headquarters. You fly over a portion of Sector 5. And you hear this. And you look down at the panel on the spinner's dash, and it says collision warning. Pull up. Collision warning. Pull up. Collision warning. Pull up. Collision warning. Pull up. And then you hear a there is a giant explosion behind you as you pull straight up.
Oh my gosh.
And that's where we're going to take our break. See you guys in 5 minutes.
It's like every time you stick Ben in a spinner, he gets shot at. What is
I
this?
mean, it's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Mhm.
Ben chooses
Yep.
to be.
Ben chose to drive.
He chose to, and I
That's
asked him
it.
specifically, like, are you
Yes.
choosing to put your life in jeopardy by driving this fucking thing again?
Damn it.
All right, we'll see each other in 5 minutes, folks. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna get some more water. Oh my god, my voice. All right, we're back. Let's get started with a chase. That is correct. We're doing a chase here. Now, we've done a chase before once. That chase was with Novak on foot. This is now a vehicle chase, an aerial vehicle chase specifically. So let's give you some music for that. But this will do. Little tension in the air. Okay, so the way that chases work, as per the rules, just in case we needed the refresher, which I certainly do, is a chase is now in progress. I declare the chase. And the starting range between the participants, the quarry, and the pursuer. So in this case, I would say that you folks are certainly the quarry, and whatever is firing at you is the pursuer. The way it works is it played in rounds, just like combat, but no initiative is drawn. No moves and actions performed. Each participant gets one maneuver each round, chosen in secret and then revealed, while I randomly generate obstacles to place in your way. Obstacles can be drawn using the chase obstacle cards in the Blade Runner RPG starter set, which I think I still have attached to this. That is correct. In fact, I'm going to look at that. Aerial chase obstacles. I'm going to shuffle them.
Nice.
I love it.
This little deck over here. All right, so let me bring on you poor folks in this situation here. You are in a skimmer which has no weapons. And so,
Can I roll down a window?
sure, you can roll down a window and fire. Absolutely.
I feel like flee is going to be high on the list.
So the maneuvers that you
Well,
can do
yes.
during a chase are pursue or flee. In your case, it'll most likely be flee unless you get behind him somehow. Hide, block, cut off, and that's usually for the pursuer that actually does that. And then stand and shoot, which is a ranged attack. And then other things, which I would say, fall into the boat of, roll down my window and shoot my regular weapon at him, for example. So, yeah. Any questions regarding any of the maneuvers?
No.
Okay, they will require skill rolls. That's the good thing. If the range exceeds extreme, chase is over. If the rage is currently engaged, after both maneuvers are resolved, the pursuer may make a close combat attack, like ramming, for example, these vehicles. Straight roll, not opposed, range stays in engaged. Hide, block, cut off, stand and shoot, and other. Those are the kinds of things that you want to declare. I would say the two of you can make conversations because you guys are in cahoots. Because this is sort of a multiple participant chase in a way. And then, of course, the bad guys will do their own choice. So, I will say this. I will just sort of count down, and then I will type into chat what it is that this particular pursuer is going to do on their turn, and then we will just do it all at once. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay, so right now the range is short range. So there's short, long, and extreme. Sorry, short, medium, long, and extreme. Of course, there's also engaged, which is like right next to each other. So I guess if you want to go from the shortest to the longest distance, it's extreme, short, medium, long, and then extreme. Okay? So I'm going to type in what it is that this pursuer in a spinner, very close to yours at short range, is going to be doing. Ready? On 3, we're going to type it. 1, 2, 3, go.
I was going to do flee, but I didn't have it typed in. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Okay, well, you chose flee.
I was supposed to do that.
Just say flee. That's fine.
Flee.
So, pursue. Okay, and then what is Oelsen going to do?
I'm going to roll down the window and shoot at these people trying to hurt us.
I would consider that other. Yeah.
The other category?
Yep,
Yeah.
that works for me. All right. What are you shooting with?
My PKD.
Okay.
And then look at which ammo I've got.
Okay, so what's the range
Oh.
on your PKD?
Short, medium. The blaster, the PKD.
It's got several different
23
types
has
of
a-
rounds, right?
Yeah, the different rounds. So the .222 has medium long. We're in short range right now, so I would use the .44S,
Okay.
which is a short medium.
Okay. So, according to the chase rules here, it says, each participant gets one maneuver, chosen in secret, then revealed while the game runner randomly generates obstacles to place in their way. All right, well, I guess we just go and then we see what the obstacle is, yeah? So we shuffle. So, who wants to go first? Let's just choose of the three of us.
I'll go first.
Okay, so you will flee. Go ahead and make your, it looks like, as per the thing here, a flee roll is a mobility driving roll.
Gotcha. I clicked. It didn't do anything.
Okay. When you roll it, the effect, if you are successful in it, is that it will increase the range, if you're fleeing, 1 step every success. Okay?
Okay. So
Click on that die.
the drive skill, it doesn't highlight like all the other ones do when you're going to click them.
Yeah, so what you want to do in your case for your character, just double click on your character here. So do you have anything
I guess
in
this-
driving?
Well, driving is supposed to be the vehicle, which is a C.
Right.
And then if it's mobility and driving, then it would be a CC. So I guess
Yeah,
I could just tap
just be a
mobility
C.
twice.
No, just do just a one roll, just a C. D8.
Okay, it's not the drive and mobility?
Nope, just click on driving.
Clicking on driving doesn't work, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh, if I click on the C in your... Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Oh, well, let's do this then. Well, I mean, if it's the same, if your mobility
Just
is
roll
a
mobility.
C... Yeah, just roll mobility.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
One success. So that moves you from short to medium range. Here is your complication. Let me deal it onto the table. Just draw it. Boop. And Shift Z. A sudden downpour makes it difficult to see, giving an advantage to the hide maneuver. So that's for this round only. Okay.
I wish we'd known that before. He could have tried to hide.
Yeah, I know. But I think that's the whole point, is that this thing is done in secret. You guys all choose what it is in secret, and then the obstacle occurs. Right?
Yeah.
So let me recall, because I would have liked to hide maybe in a building or something like that. All right, so now the bad guy will attempt to pursue with their driving roll. Let me just see if I can roll that, if possible, in secret. Okay, so that is... Where is this guy's thing here? Ah, here we go. Let me find his thing. I'm going to roll in secret. There it is. Cool. Okay, so his mobility is a B. So it's a D10.
Oh.
So it's a mobility, a D10, and let me just check. You rolled a D8 and a D10. Is that because your mobility is a D8 and your agility is a D10?
Is a D10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then if that's the case, this guy has a D10 and a D12.
Oh, that
shit.
bastard.
Ooh.
So I'm going to roll 1d10, and he's going to have to roll, under 6, or sorry, over 6 for success. So that's a failure. And then a 1d12. I got a 6, so that's one success. So it's the exact same amount, so it's a push, right? You go one thing forward, and he pursues you in the exact same distance. Right. Now, Oelsen, you want to shoot your gun.
Yes.
You roll down the window. You aim out into the rain. You're just slapped in the face with just a torrent of water.
Well, the rain would be going this way, and I would be turning around backward so it'd be hitting me in the back of the head.
Sure.
Right?
Whatever.
The rain?
I don't know physics. Go ahead.
No. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So shooting, and this one here, and just click on the weapon itself.
Yeah, you want to click on the Don't click on ranged combat. Always click on the weapon that you're using. Okay, so that's 0 successes, and you got a unicorn. So if you push, you can only roll that 2.
Okay.
You want to push?
Yeah.
All right. 1 success.
There you go.
Okay, roll your damage. 2 damage. Okay, so boom! You fire the blaster. It makes this just sort of echoing sound into the rain. And you do 2 damage to the vehicle. Now the vehicle has armor. Let's just check it out here.
Of course it does.
It has armor C.
Is the blaster armor piercing?
I don't know. She said a 44 special. Does it say under your blaster whether it's armor piercing or not?
It does not say.
Okay, if it doesn't say, then I would assume that it doesn't have armor piercing. So this is an armor C roll, which is a D8. So I'll just roll a D8. And I need a 6 or higher.
The 44 does have piercing.
Okay. So what is armor piercing? I can't remember what armor piercing does. Let's see. Armor piercing. Piercing. Here Here we go. I don't see armor piercing under the core rulebook. You sure?
It
I'm
does
looking
piercing.
No, that's piercing damage.
Yeah, I don't see that it's like it negates armor. Piercing damage is like just the actual type of damage that it is. So I don't think that there is an actual armor piercing bullet kind of thing. That's why armor is there. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so this is an armor C roll, so he needs a 6 or higher to get a negation of the damage.
Would it negate all or just one?
1. Okay, so no, so that's 2 damage to the hull.
Nice.
Okay.
Take what I can get.
It is now. Well, let's just roll it. We're back to the beginning. Let's just choose what it is that we're gonna do here. Everybody ready to? I'm gonna put it in chat. If you guys want to put it in chat, that's fine
Ben
too.
is not typing yet.
Ben is
Hold
not
on.
typing it. That is correct.
All right.
Y'all ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Put it in chat. Oh, okay. Flee, other. What's your other, Oelsen?
Same.
Same
Okay.
thing. So you're chick, chick, boom, and okay. This, okay. So let's go with what the complication roll is now, since we've all chosen. Yeah. So let me just shuffle, and let's see what it is. It is, oh Jesus, look at this. An explosion. A huge fiery explosion from an industrial site mushrooms towards the vehicles. Each driver
God.
must make a separate driving roll to avoid it. Failure means D6 points of damage, and that the chosen maneuver for the round fails.
Yikes.
Good God. All right, so driving roll. Go for it. Ironhead. I should say
All right.
Ben. 1 success.
Success.
All right.
Yes.
1d10
Thank you.
and then 1d12 for the driver of the other vehicle. 2 successes.
Successes.
So looks like, based on here, no damage to either one of you. You just like, there's like a big like mushroom explosion that you just go like, and the guy just goes right over it behind you. Let me recall that on the table. All right. So let's go with, I guess let's go with you first, Ben. Or I should
Okay.
say Yoshida. Go ahead and roll your driving roll for fleeing.
All right.
2
Nice.
successes. So you
Nice.
go from short range to long range.
Nice.
Okay. It's actually quite important because let me see something here. Yeah. So I guess that's kind of a bad news situation for you, Oelsen, because your range on that gun is not long range, I don't think, right?
She's got long
Well,
range on the other
it's-
gun.
It's the same gun. It's just different ammo.
Okay. So you
So I
can,
just switch ammo.
so switch ammo and fire away.
Yeah.
Golden BB.
That's no successes. Do you want to push it? 1 success. Roll
Nice.
damage.
Nice.
2 damage.
Nice.
Okay, it's gonna roll
There you
armor
go.
again. Okay,
Nice.
takes another 2 damage. Very nice.
Yes.
Okay, boom! You see smoke coming out of the top of this thing, and as you're like fire your gun and see the bullet land, you for the second time you see that these 2 sort of compartments and 3 little white cylinders with pointed tips are in each one, and he or they or she or whoever will fire a missile at you. Let me see if I can find the actual stats for this thing.
Really bad.
That's a tactical missile.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so that's a That will be a weapons roll from this guy. Let's see what his weapon skill is. That is a firearms skill. Whoa, he has a D12 on that one. Okay, so 6 or higher, and he has an agility of D12. So D12 plus D12.
Yikes.
So both of those are successes. That is a crit.
Oof. Your spinner does have armor, though.
That is true. It does. So let me tell you how much damage it is, because with a crit, I think it's maximum amount of damage. Am I wrong? With crits.
I don't remember.
Let's check, because this is kind of important.
Yeah. Remember what happened last time?
Critical. I think what happens is critical vehicle damage is occurring, I think. Critical damage. So with a crit. Vehicle weapons. Some vehicles are fitted with mounting. Critical damage. Vehicles suffer critical damage just like individuals. However, a different table for critical hits is used. See the next page. So it does damage, and then it does damage to the vehicle with the critical vehicle damage roll. Oh, Ben, remember the critical vehicle damage rolls that we did?
Crash and burn.
Remember those?
Oh, Jesus.
So here's the damage that it does. The damage with a rocket. Let me check the table here. Damage with a rocket. Sorry, folks. Let me find it. It's on page 19. Here we go. Page 201 of the core rules. And then I'll come back to the critical vehicle damage in a second. Here we go. Page 201 of the core rules. Damage of a tactical missile is 6. Fuck.
Shit.
Okay, well, let's talk about your spinner and how much hull it has. It has a hull of 5.
Oh.
And an armor of
Okay.
C.
Oh.
Yep.
Roll some armor, baby.
So let's start with the armor first. Go ahead and roll your armor. For every success, it mitigates 1 damage.
All right.
Roll high, please.
Right, but where?
So an armor roll is just a
Roll a D8.
Yeah, roll a D8.
It's a D. Well, all
Roll
right.
a D8.
I got a D8 on my body armor. I'll just roll my body armor.
Works for me.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
No.
So that's all 6 damage. So not only does it take the critical damage from the crit, but because your hull is now 0, it takes a critical damage from that as well. And the vehicle is broken. Not destroyed, all right? Busted. So it's going to take 2 crit hits. Let's roll on our favorite table, the critical vehicle damage table. Ben, do you want to go ahead and do that? You're
I'll let
driving.
you do that.
Oh, you want to let me do it? Okay.
Yeah, you go
He
ahead.
wants to hold you responsible.
That's fine.
That's right.
I hold myself responsible
That's
for this
right.
shit. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Tables. Here we go. Critical damage for... critical damage for... That's way up here. Critical vehicle damage. There we go. Critical vehicle damage. It's a D12. Jesus Christ. I have to roll 2 of them. 2 D12s. Well, let's roll the first one. Let's go one at a time. So the rocket hits. Boom. A passenger is hit. A random passenger is hit and suffers damage equal to the damage inflicted on the vehicle. Oh my god.
Wait, what just happened?
It
I
says
just
game is
got
brutal.
dead.
it
Say
says
that again
Oh, no.
a little slower.
It may not be you. It may be me.
it says
Random passenger.
passenger hit.
Passenger,
A
not
random
driver.
passenger is hit.
Okay.
Well, I'll say it's someone in the seat, someone in the vehicle, right? And
Yeah.
suffers damage equal to the damage inflicted on the vehicle and a critical
Jesus.
injury.
Jesus.
I'm reading it from the book here. I will paste it in chat for those of you who want to see what it looks like. So, 1 for Oelsen, 2 for Yoshida. This is random. If it's Ben again, I swear to fucking God.
Well,
You'll be the older Yoshida's older brother.
yeah. I do have body armor.
This is
so,
true. You will be able to mitigate it if that's
I
the
also
case.
have body armor.
Okay. 1d2. It's Ben again. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Ben, roll your
Ben,
armor.
don't die.
All right.
This is 6 damage.
Let's see. All right.
Miss Deadeye,
Well,
it's hit Pat's character somehow and kills him.
He was walking on the street and a random piece of, chunk of the vehicle hits him. All right, here's my roll.
It's a text
One.
message that says
Okay, so
TPK.
you take 5 damage, Yoshida.
I think that puts me at 0.
And then that gives
You
you
have a max health of 5.
I have a maximum health of 5.
so critical damage to you, sir, unfortunately. So that is a ugh, this is bad. Good gracious macious. All right, we're talking critical damage. You rolled a 0. Your critical damage injury, roll a d12.
All right.
You may have to take over driving, Oelsen.
Don't. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What is a 12? I don't know.
It can't be good. It's the highest number.
It's in the world of 66 is the worst. Who knows?
Man,
Miss Deadeye, that's his other leg.
this game.
Please. His other leg would be great.
brutal.
I would be okay with just the other leg.
I
Oh
would
my
too,
gosh.
but the problem is that in a critical injury table where you roll the highest on a thing, I'll tell you what it says. It says crushed skull.
Yep. Same thing as the last guy.
Crushed skull, instant death. Yoshida, narrate your last moments, please.
Yeah. I have a feeling a chunk of that missile just goes flying up through the different parts of the car and splatters his face all over the windshield.
Oh, God damn it. I'm rocked again. This game. Fuck me. This is even more lethal than fucking Aliens.
It
Right?
really is.
Why, Free League? Why? Oelsen, how's your driving?
I don't know. We're about to find
We're
out.
gonna find out because Yoshida is in the Yoshitter. Sorry. I am so sorry, Ben.
I'll go start building another character.
Yeah, pull a new character from it,
Yeah.
Ben. You're gonna be great. I'm just gonna
I
take.
believe in you.
So under my attributes and skills, I don't see anything that says drive.
You don't have to worry about it. What's your mobility score?
Mobility is a C.
Okay,
Cheers.
that's a standard driving skill then.
Okay, so
Okay.
just D8.
Yep, just a D8. So you don't have to worry about that. But right now, Yoshida is gone, and you're in the driver's seat, driving. We'll take that for your next maneuver. Does that sound good for your next
Okay.
for the next round?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're jumping into his spot and
Well,
And
you're
flooring
gonna
it?
How
you're,
not die?
Well, here's the problem.
Oh, that's right.
Your spinner has nothing left in it, right? It got a passenger hit, and it still has one more critical injury to take. I didn't roll that one. Remember, it was 2 criticals for the vehicle.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm gonna roll that now. That first explosion took out Yoshida, and I'm gonna roll the second one. Here we go. That one is it's also a D12. Please let me not get a 12.
Please don't kill both of them in one. That
This would be really awful. It's a 5.
Okay.
5 was also
Nothing-
passenger hit.
Good happens in noir.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
So this explosion, just like a wash of flame, and Yoshida is just like he smashes his skull against the windshield, and when he comes back, like his face is just gone. He's totally dead. Instant death. Oelsen, you do take damage too, so please roll your armor. You take only 4 damage. What's your health like?
2.
Fantastic. You're at 2 health, but you're alive.
Thank God. Live.
Holy shit. Okay.
now.
This game is
For now.
vicious.
This game is nonsensically vicious. All right. It is time for you and this unknown assailant to determine what you're going to do in the next round. Ready? Type what you're going to type. You ready? On 3, if you're ready. I see you typing furiously.
Go ahead.
On 3. 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Oh shit!
Amazing. Flee and flee. Yeah, his ship is not in a good way
We go.
either. But yeah, it is like that.
Yeah, we're like,
and
F that.
that increases the distance. If he goes out 1 and you go out 1, and this is based on your mobility, right? To put you at extreme range. If that's the case, then this will end this chase. Okay, but first, of course, there has to be an aerial chase obstacle. So I will deal that now. Here it goes. It's coming on the table. Another downpour. So that doesn't really apply here. So I'm going to recall that. No worries. Okay. And so now it's just a matter of mobility rolls from you and this person.
Well, she's got the one success that you said you were going to take.
That's true. That's true. So it's just this person. So that's good for your getting to long range.
Okay.
And let's see if this person can make the successes to go into. Oh yeah.
I thought we were already at long
Okay.
range.
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, they were already at long, so her success alone would have put them at extreme.
Exactly. So yeah, there goes the chase. The chase is ended. This spinner goes off into the night, and your spinner, completely like in pieces and tatters, like on fire essentially, lands in a heap, probably on the street, I would say. And we
Yeah,
are out
I'm-
of combat.
Gonna get out and try to pull his body out of the burning car.
Yeah, you are able to.
Faceless or not, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Yoshida have a brother? I hope he does. He'll take revenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we get an
He's
actual
got an
criminal.
extensive family.
Mm.
I've got 2 of them and a lot of Yakuza behind it.
I love it. So we'll just change the token, and maybe he's not the exact same Yoshida. Maybe he has got like something slightly different.
Maybe maybe he has a twin brother.
Oh my god, that he'd never mentioned. I've seen games where like this is a tangential story, but I have DM'd for players that love their character so much that they didn't even change the name that much. So this one guy, his name was Chromis. Guy killed off Chromis and came in pretty much with the exact same sheet. Still played a fighter. This one was named Blomus. So I'm like, Chromis and Blomus.
I thought it was going to be Bromus because Bromus is the bro of Chromis.
I guess so. He could have been.
thought so.
Maybe he made a third character named Bromus just in case I killed Blomus, but that's fine. Yes, his twin's name is Goshida. No, his twin's name is not Goshida. Instead, it is just his last name.
His brother's name is Blomus, Trebek.
Yoshida is the last name.
That's right. So it will still be Yoshida. Anyway.
Broshida Yoshida.
Well,
Yes.
if you want me to play his brother, I came up with a name for his brother.
Sure.
What was it?
because he already did that.
His
Yeah.
brother was his key relationship. Now you've changed the entirety of his backstory.
Teo.
Nope, it just got flipped sideways.
Yeah. I
Teo
like that.
was his brother's name.
Teo.
Mhm.
Like Theo? Teo?
Taiyyou.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Tay.
Taiyyou.
Tayo.
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 There we go.
Tayo.
Tayo. Yeah, okay, cool. God damn it, Pat. That was mostly me, but
What am I
partially
supposed to
Miss
do?
Deadeye.
Just sit here in grim tension?
No, absolutely not. We're playing games. We're having fun. Yay! Death!
This is my
Yes,
defense mechanism.
Games are fun. Games are fun.
So glad I play these games to de-stress. Wait,
Mm.
I mean,
No, we don't, Sarah. No, we don't.
I know we don't.
do we?
No, we don't. We play these games because we're masochists.
I think that's part of it. I think that we
That's
offer parts of our personality to the altar of role playing games and sacrifice them to the gods of gaming to what? To excise them from ourselves? To take parts of our personality and just go, bleh, kill it.
What does it say about the personality parts we've killed?
I think
there's a lot of philosophy going on.
You want to take it out, you want to show it to everybody, you want to make it shiny, and then just chop it. Just chop it and get it away from yourself. You are no longer part of me. I don't have to worry about you anymore.
Except you didn't kill my banter when you killed McCullough.
Well...
Sorry.
So
I don't think I could ever kill your banter.
Out of combat, and she pulls him out, and she's going to get on her comm and just calls for help. Like, emergency 911, get here, somebody.
Yeah, dispatch.
Now,
right? Yeah, dispatch.
And calls dispatch, and then sends a message to the other two saying, I don't know, probably just said 911 emergency, just like that, just nothing else, just like, that's it. On the...
I think that is the first thing that you guys hear on your KIA. The second thing that you guys hear on your KIA, which sort of puts you both, meaning Fenna and Abhainn, in a position of, fuck, like, when things go bad, they go really bad, is that, like, maybe minutes after, like, you guys are walking in the garage to perhaps meet Oelsen and find out what the fuck happened to Yoshida, is you get a call from Holden. And he says, fuck, I can't get any of you guys on the fucking KIA. Where the hell are you?
Just walking into the station.
Oh, god damn it. Shit. Where were you last night?
Out? Why?
Where? Specifically.
I'll give him the name of the club that I was dancing in.
Abhainn?
I think, like I said, Abhainn was at the DA's office. I think I'm just ignoring my
No,
calls.
where were you last night?
Yeah.
Abhainn was at home after we went out to dinner.
Okay. He says, fuck. There was a murder again. There's another murder.
Who? Where?
At the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon.
I'll head that way now.
All right. It's in the, this one is actually on the map. The Bright Eyes Beauty Salon is actually, it's actually in Sector 1. It's like way up to the northwest. Here, I'll bring you guys there. So it's I guess it's a choice. Do you want to go get Oelsen, or do you want to go to the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon?
I think I'm going to have to finish following up a lead, because I got to figure out why the hell.
And yeah, for you, Abhainn,
so for me,
you're like heading to the courts.
Yep.
I'm heading to the beauty salon because that is what my boss just told me to do, and
Fuck
I don't know what Oelsen's text means.
Right. That's totally fair. So Oelsen, like, I think we see from your viewpoint, like, Yoshida's dead. The spinner's a mess. People are clustered around it. More spinners are floating in from headquarters, setting up a perimeter around, what is essentially someone going after, cops. Like, whoever's trying to kill people. This is a cop killer.
Mm-hmm.
And we just sort of see
when
you...
they
yeah, go ahead.
When they show up, I'm literally just sitting a safe distance away from the burning vehicle, holding him like head and shoulders in my arms, just sitting there, just like nothing, blank stare, nothing, just completely zoned out. Like,
yeah, and you've got like a chunk of like shrapnel in your body armor that's just like right in the middle of it. You're not in the best way.
Yeah, I mean, No, yeah, I mean, I'm down to 2 health, so
Oof.
it's, yeah. She's not feeling all that great.
I'd say this was a pretty stressful situation, wouldn't you say, Oelsen?
Yeah.
You've watched one of your compatriots die.
Again.
Again. And that, as per the rules, is a stressful situation that you have to roll empathy, I believe, in order to overcome. But let me just find out exactly what the stress factor
Insight.
is. Insight, thank you. Thank you.
Only because I had to do it.
Did I gain resolve by seeing my key person?
So yes, and let's talk about that. In fact, you did. If you interact with your key relationship, you get a point of resolve.
Okay, so that put me back up to max resolve before we do this.
Well, thank
So-
God.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify.
No, absolutely. The stress factor for this event. I'm just going to find the stress factors. Stress factors 75. Here we go. This is seeing a friendly character suffer a lethal critical injury. So that's only 1 stress, but seeing a friendly character die is 2 stress.
Okay, so then I roll insight then.
So you're going to roll an insight, and if you get 2 successes, it negates both stress. But if not, then you will get some resolve damage.
Oof.
Okay, so you get 2 resolve damage.
Okay.
Makes sense, also.
Yeah, oh, it makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Ben will work out some time as to when to bring you into this case.
B, was his Wakazashi physically on him or in the seat next to him?
That's a good question. Ben, you're muted.
It was physically on him. It was like in a part of his underarm holster. It was his head that exploded. So
Ugh.
Just double checking because she would have understood the implications of that and honestly would have probably gone back into the burning vehicle to try to get it. So I'm glad it's already on you.
Ben, scooch down a bit because we can just see all I can see is your nose.
Your head is getting chopped off.
Yeah, your head is getting chopped off, Ben.
Again.
let me move my camera.
There you go.
No, now you should keep it that way until your new character.
So we can just see your nose and your beard.
We just want the beard.
You just
we
there's
go.
no more
beard.
more
Oh,
beard.
it's moving back. I think I turned the movement thing on.
Bring the camera up.
Here we go.
We want more Ben and less beard. It's fine.
Your head is still chopped. There
I
you
didn't
go.
There
realize
we
the
go, much
words
better.
were on the back of your chair until they started moving with you. I thought they were part of the background.
Yeah.
No, the
the
katana
joke
is
that we have
actually real.
acquired.
Ben, I'm just letting you know, Australis Play says that you need to stop playing characters that are 3 days from retirement. That's all I.
Right?
Yeah. Yo.
I'm too old for this shit.
Freaking hell.
Pour one out for yet another character, unfortunately, that has met the meat grinder that is Blade Runner, the role-playing game. Oelsen, it's a bad way, but I mean, the body of Yoshida is put into a spinner, a large container spinner, ambulance spinner, whatever you call it, and you're left there on the street. And I think that you also hear, perhaps like minutes later, you hear Holden like trying to get in touch with you through your KIA.
I'm still sitting on the ground. I don't care.
Yep.
And I'm going to answer it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, oh, shit, what the hell happened out there?
We were attacked.
Fuck.
She's gone, sir. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone.
Oh, damn
Like-
it.
Like, a week. The rookie lasted a week. What the hell?
I'm gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
I'll let you know when I know more. I don't know
You heard,
anything yet.
you heard about the Bright Eye Salon?
No.
Yeah, there was a murder there last night. Might be connected.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I know.
We'll figure it
You
out.
gotta pull it together, Oelsen. I can hear it in your voice.
It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. I'm gonna get patched up, and I'll get out there. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're fine.
All right. I like your cookies. And then he... just static.
Fine. Freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
Right. Exactly.
We're just fine.
You are fine. Fenna, I think that you go straight to the Bright Eyes Salon. So I think that you'll probably get there a little bit before Oelsen will. Assuming that that's where you wanted to go. I didn't want to say where you wanted to go, Oelsen.
I did say that I would go, so I am abandoning my current plans and going to the Bright Eyes.
Cool.
Because that's what Bossman said to do.
Hell yeah.
Trying to stay on his good side.
Oelsen, you... Yeah, go ahead, tell me.
I took Yoshida's weapons off of him.
Okay.
I kept him.
Perfect. Love it.
I'm gonna have the EMTs kind of jerry-rig something, and I'm sure they'll tell me I'm supposed to go to the hospital, and I'm gonna tell them where they can stick that thought. They need to just triage me on the street and let me go.
Okay. I think that I'm gonna have the guy roll a medical aid. Is it medical aid? I can't remember if it's medical aid or medicine. That's the skill. Your skills, it is a medical aid roll. So I'm gonna just have them roll medical aid roll. I'd say that, if these guys patch you up, they're gonna be D12s. So D10, D12. And let's see how many successes.
Hopefully they're good at their jobs.
Let's hope. Oops. /R. 1d10 plus 1d12. All right. So 2 successes. So you'll get back 2 points of health.
That's good. I'll take it.
Yeah, you will.
Take what I can get.
Okay. So let's...
then...
Yeah. I think that, you're just like maybe 10, 15 minutes behind Fenna when she goes to the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll switch to Abhainn first, who wants to go to the courts.
Yeah, I think Abhainn, because he tries a lot to blend in, Abhainn's probably got a sort of leather satchel, sort of shoulder bag, messenger bag type look, and has got his classic trench folded in that. He's tried to change how his hair is styled, but the tweed vest over a different colored shirt and sort of his posture changings are enough to keep it fairly discreet, because this is not normally where he presents himself. And he's going to work his way towards the assistant DA's office.
All right.
So that he can try and have a conversation.
So when you arrive at the LA courthouse, I think it's one of these large... it's one of the older buildings in LA that hasn't been touched by the neo-noir futuristic tech that we all have seen Blade Runner portray. It's got sort of, the Ionian columns that we've all come to understand from seeing procedurals on TV. But of course, being semi-futuristic in the sense that it is taking place in a future that is much more futuristic than we would have liked to have been in the 80s. It is accoutered with, floating cameras, replicants on the corners as security guards, etc., etc., etc. And the offices, of course, as befits this particular RPG and all of its artistic license, they are all just run down, right? Stained walls, tables that have lost their polish, floors that are linoleum tile, etc. And finally, walking, you do in fact see the office for District Attorney Amara Javeri.
I'm going to politely wait until there's either time to talk to the secretary or if the door is either open or unlocked. But I will try and be as not stealthy as in like illegal, but discreet and
Unobtrusive.
minimalist. Yeah, unobtrusive. Thank you. Or if it looks like it's closed and locked, I'm just going to sit and wait on the bench until she shows. But maybe try and take a peek, a look at the desk, the secretary's desk, and see if there's like a calendar or a schedule, so I know where to find her.
Yeah, I mean, she's just in the other room, right?
Oh, then great.
Yeah, she's like, it's like the secretary's room and then her office beyond it. And you see her. She's talking on the vid phone with somebody.
I don't even try to gesture. She would know why I'm there, and I just sort of I wait silently until it's time.
Yeah, she sort of turns as she looks out through the window. She sort of swivels in her chair. She's smoking. And as she looks through her window, her eyes meet yours. And she says something into the vid phone and then turns it off. Grinds out the cigarette in the ashtray. Stands up. Smooths out her suit. Which is very, it's very proper looking without being ostentatious. Make sure her hair looks okay, and then walks to her office door and opens it.
I enter.
Yeah, she opens it for you. You enter. She closes the door behind you.
Yeah, I don't wait for her to speak first in this case.
Go ahead.
You're looking very posh. What the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
What the absolute fuck are you thinking? Sending him to my real address?
I had to send someone, and I'm not going to go
Why?
to your house. Not
What
after last time.
happened?
I got word that someone was going to come to your apartment, which they found somehow, I don't know, and to find you and kill you so you can say thank you.
Who?
I don't
Found?
know. The word comes through the grapevine to me. Again, a thank you is appropriate.
Thank you. But that makes everything I can do for our offices a lot more difficult. I'm not exactly nimble anymore. Not like I used to be, and I don't... Technology is aging more gracefully than I am, and I can't do the work that I do. If it's... How do you know he... What sort of grapevine? What is this connected to? What am I in too deep on?
Make a manipulation roll.
Yeah. It's a fine line between desperation and anger, because he's
Right?
flustered.
One success.
Success.
She says, all I know is that my people were looking into this whole replicant revolution, supposedly, that occurred last month, or what was attending to be one. Something to do with Wallace and Tyrell and that woman Lilith who died. And they had understood a couple of things from talking to various low-life, scum-sucking bastards, of which I seem to be surrounded by much more often than I would like. One thing I know is when I'm hearing the truth. I've grown accustomed to it over the years. So when I heard that somebody had put a hit on you, that I had to get word out to you as soon as I could. They were looking into this nonsense. I hear there was some kind of a an incident at Elde headquarters yesterday?
That's why I've been brought into the case. There's a dead Blade Runner. Replicants are... apparently the new Nexus is not responding well to avoid camp if they are these black market models.
Yeah,
and apparently this whole thing is fucking...
I heard about these, they call them bootlegs. A few times in the last few, decades, there are some reports of them, but they're very rare.
That's why I thought texting you about any information for the convictions records would maybe shed light as to what led to these knockoffs being made.
I have no information
I'm
about
sorry.
that. There have been reports of, I don't know whether this is related or not, but it seems like this, Ellis Vale guy seems to have worked for Wallace Corp.
That's a lead we're starting to chase down.
Maybe it was part of the industrial espionage that I've been hearing about it.
What sort of industrial espionage?
Well, there have been words in the same way that I've received from, well, about you. But there are people who say that there have been events at Wallace that they've been really quick to shush up. Very tight-lipped. They say that these incidents were accidental at best. But my people say that these were part of industrial espionage against Wallace.
Are there whispers as to who might be conducting this espionage?
I don't know. No one of the people that I have used as informants seem to know.
What? Thank you for reaching out to me. I'm sorry it's upsetting. I've spent years with this cover identity, and blowing it like that, we're only 3 people still alive who know the connection between my 2 names. Now there's 4. And, well, a man like Two Toes Kenny isn't exactly legitimately on the line.
She sighs. She's like, "You're still using
I
that
know.
guy?" I couldn't believe when he told me that you and he were still in business together. I can't believe that you would use a
It's not
idiot like
business.
him.
It's Amara. It's leverage. I'm trying to keep these contacts going. I can't. I'm getting too old for certain types of detective work, but unfortunately, my tongue still works and I know how to observe people. This is all I can do at my age.
I don't even know why you're still doing it at your age. Is it to prove
Well,
something?
He's just going to stare at her like that.
I'll let the police department know that this identity is burned, and I'll figure out something to do. If you find out anything, please message me directly, however you can, about other industrial espionage. The hell is putting a hit out on personas? If it's this big, then it needs to be taken down, and it's going to end up in your court sooner or later.
If I know anything, I'll let you know as soon as I can, personally.
I'm sorry you got dragged into this.
Not as sorry as I am.
I told you after what happened I would stay away and respect your space, and I didn't mean for this to come into this light. You know how I remember the conversation, and I understand what it means. I was trying to respect that. This risked a lot of things, but if it helps blow whatever this case is wide open, I'll try and get you some evidence that's hard and concrete to win and put this shit behind all of us. I'm sorry, Amara. You know that I am.
She
He's gonna
sort
throw
of,
his.
yeah,
God.
she grimaces and sort of like grinds her teeth a little bit. She doesn't know exactly what to say to any of this. She doesn't know if it's going to be productive.
When he sees her fidget, I think he's going to take his ratty old coat out of his bag. It's the only thing in there. It's all part of the cover. He's going to take the ratty old coat out of the bag. He's going to tuck it under his arm, and he's going to turn on his heel and walk out without a word. Just head down, trying not to open his mouth and say something stupid and make it worse. And the minute he gets down the doors of the courthouse, he gets around the corner. He throws on the coat, punches the wall until his knuckles start to bleed. And then without a word, he just disappears into the streets and just blends into the crowd and changes sectors.
I'm going to say that's a stress factor 1 event for you.
Yeah. No,
Go ahead
absolutely.
and roll your... it's not empathy. It's you said it before,
Insight.
Sarah. Insight. Thank you.
Insight.
Side.
4 successes.
Yeah.
No, damn.
I guess you're an insightful kind of guy. So
That's kind of his shtick.
no stress, although your knuckles are raw and red.
Yeah.
All right.
I think with all the downpour too, he just sort of shakes it off a couple times until the rain from a different part of the cloudburst from where this activity is happening starts to like wash and clean his knuckles. And that's probably when he really notices that his phone is blowing up with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And is going to start to rush. He's going to rush north to the beauty salon.
Okay. I'll say you get there last, but this will be your... Yeah, you'll get there last. You probably will get the tail end of what's coming in to this, but this will be part of your morning shift.
Oh, this is all morning fun.
Yeah, this is all the morning, man. Sorry to say.
He's so exhausted already.
I can imagine. So let's talk about who gets there first. It's Fenna who gets to the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon. So go ahead and move yourself right up there, Fenna. Right up to the Bright Eyes Beauty
Hold
Salon
on
in
a second.
Sector 1.
Where is it?
I'm pinging it. It's in the. It's.
I can't. I gotta zoom so far.
You're gonna
out
zoom
so I
out
can
because
see
it's
where
like
you
at the way northwest.
are. Oh, it's way the frack up there.
Way the heck up there.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Bright Eyes.
And not knowing exactly what just happened to Oelsen and Yoshida, she takes a spinner.
Yeah, I would say.
She may change her mind about that in the future once she learns what happened, but we'll see. Anyway, continue.
So I'm going to move you to a map.
Ooh.
The rest of you will be on this map, but pay no mind because you're not there yet until I tell you. All right? But you should be able to see it as well. All right, so there is the new map of the Bright Eyes Beauty
Alrighty.
Salon.
And I'm going to head straight inside because I'm here.
You are. Let me give you a description of what it is that you see when you come into the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon. All right. Here we go. So, the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon is just one of the countless tiny beauty parlors in Sector 1, offering pretty much the same range of stereoscopic tattoos and other cosmetic augmentations as many others. If you want to find out about cosmetic augmentations, check out page 193 of the Blade Runner RPG Core Rules. But what's special about the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon is that someone has been murdered here. And as you come in, you see a couple of cops who are surveying the scene. and taking pictures. And you see them as soon as you walk into the lounge, the waiting lounge here. They're taking pictures of something sort of around the corner where the storage room seems to be. You see that there's a chair where people would normally get their tattoos here. A desk with a seat. There's the waiting lounge over here. And then the storage room over here with which you could only assume to be a kitchen. And a restroom over there.
I'll head around the corner to where all the action is.
Okay. As soon as you head around the corner, you do in fact see a body. And that body is that of a young woman. Dark skin. Hair in sort of a, I would say like a, what's it called? It's not a, I don't know hairstyles, fuck me. It's not like what is it called? It's like a bowl haircut? Yeah, a bowl haircut.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know fucking hairstyles.
Oof.
But yeah. Here, I'll give you a shift Z on what this person looks like.
Oh, that's more
Okay,
of
it's
a
not
bob
quite
than
a
a bowl
bowl.
haircut.
A bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a bob? A bowl? A bob? Whatever.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I think that you sort of immediately notice that there's this person who has been strangled to death. There's like
Okay.
a cord around her neck.
All right. I'll turn to one of the cops nearby and say, Detective Fenna, Rep Detect, any idea on the victim yet?
You sort of say this, but your eyes fall back on the victim's face. Go ahead and make a connections roll. Let's see if you actually know who this is.
Ooh, okay. One success.
You do. Like the words come out of your mouth but stop halfway
Mm-hmm.
because you recognize who this person is. Her name is Seraphine. She's the owner of this place. And you also know that she's a sympathizer with the Replicant Underground.
But she is human.
She's human.
That's Seraphine.
Cop looks at you. What?
Sorry, I've met her once or twice. She owns this place. Who found her?
It was early this morning. Person was walking by. They saw that the door was open. They came in and they saw our body right there, and points to the floor. Fuck. And he's like, starts swatting at something. And you see that what he's swatting at are butterflies with colorful, like almost psychedelic patterns on their wings, fluttering about. Fucking things. Shit.
They're just butterflies. And Fenna will reach up and, like, try to let one light on her hand.
Yeah. One sort of flutters down and sits on your hand.
They're quite beautiful. And her, like, she kind of thinks for a second and she remembers the anemoid butterflies from our last case. Do these look similar?
Yeah, they do actually. Oh, there's a mugshot. I can blow it up even more. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna give you guys the mugshot of what this person looks like. It's a lot easier.
Okay.
Here we go. Seraphine.
Oh, nice. Fenna's gonna pull out an evidence baggie and sort of bop the butterfly into it and then close it with air inside so that it can still flap and not hurt itself.
Okay.
And then she's going to look at the cop and go, witness, and shrug, just because he was being dumb about the butterflies. I'm going to cross over to the desk first and see if there's an appointment book, when her last appointment was last night and who it was with.
Okay.
And what time.
The last appointment was like 8. Closes at 6, so like 6 p.m.
All right. Do you have an estimate on time of death?
I don't, but you can make a medical aid roll if you'd like.
Okay. Am I any good at that? Maybe? Nope.
Want to push it?
Yeah, I'll push it.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, that's bad.
I take a brain hurt.
Yeah, you will take a point of resolve off.
That's fine. I just did.
You're trying to remember. You're trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this person. You just can't figure it out. And I think that maybe. I actually said the cause of death incorrectly because there is no cord around her neck.
Okay.
But there is blood pooling around the back of her head.
Okay, but there's no ligature marks or anything?
No, there's no ligature marks.
No, okay. I just want to kind of
she's
take
a mess,
a look
though.
around. I want to take a look around the space and try to piece together, like, the course of events. Does it seem like the killer came from behind her, from the front door? Are there any like signs of a struggle, or was she taken completely unaware?
Let me think about how I can push this together. I would say you could make a observation roll.
Alrighty. Fuck it, I'm gonna push it again.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
Still nothing. I haven't.
Well, you didn't get any point stress. You didn't get any stress for that time. But yeah, you just can't figure it out. Maybe when, assumedly, your partners come by, they may be able to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you seem a little frustrated by the fact that you can't figure out at this point anything.
I'm gonna look around and try and see where the butterflies came from.
Okay. There is a jar, actually. There's a jar of artificial butterflies. It looks like that it actually has been smashed. A couple of them are flying around the room. But some of them are still in the jar.
Well, that's the first sign of struggle I've seen. Unless someone smashed it to make a point, though what that point is, I wouldn't know.
No, you do see that, like, lots of things have been smashed in the lounge. Like, there was a struggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. But I can't piece together, like, how the person came in or where they came in from.
Well, there's no sign of forced entry, I'm going to say that. Like, you can just sort of note that the person didn't smash the door in, right?
Well, whoever did this, she appears to have let them in.
I'd say probably about that time, Oelsen arrives.
Covered in blood. Like all
Oelsen, you look like hell.
It's not been a great movie. She looks pissed off. Like, the old Oelsen looks like she might be returning, but like times 10 in the pissed off range. Like, you don't think you've probably ever seen her look this angry. Which is such a contrast to this happy-go-lucky that she's been of late.
Yeah, Fenna, honestly, Fenna is relieved by that. She was creeped out by Cheery Oelsen.
I was creeped out by Cheery Oelsen. Jesus Christ.
Like, well, so far all I've got is a head injury and a broken jar of anemoid butterflies. Maybe you'll have better luck.
So far, not so much. I open up my jacket where I've got Yoshida's wakizashi, which with his holster, and I've actually put that on under the jacket to keep it safe until it can be returned to his family. And I just open it up of my jacket so she can see it.
Hmm.
And then I close up my jacket.
Why
I
do you have
just
that?
dead stare straight in her eyes, like, it's not been a good morning.
Oh.
He lasted a week.
Longer than some.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just trying to
take a
shake it
look
off.
around,
Okay,
see
so
if-
what are we looking at? What are we looking at here? I can't think anymore of that. What are we doing here?
We're here because Holden said to come here. I don't necessarily see what the connection is between this and our case, but he seems to think there is one, or I don't know why he would have been so hot on our asses. All I've got so far is a head injury, no sign of forced injury, and a broken jar of butterflies. Who, while they have been harassing the officers here, don't appear to be responsible. Take a look. Maybe you're seeing something I'm not. And Fenna's just gonna go wander into the kitchen and look around aimlessly.
Okay.
So, observation roll.
So first make a medical aid roll, please.
Okay.
Okay.
1 success.
That's enough. You bend down, excuse me, you bend down next to Seraphine's body. And you sort of roll it over. And you note a couple things that, unfortunately, Fenna did not. Number one, the cause of death, clearly massive blood loss due to head trauma. Duh.
Crushed skull, maybe?
Perhaps.
Critical injury number 12?
Perhaps that. God, it's going around. It's like the flu. What's perhaps more chilling, though, is that Seraphine's eyes seem to have been pressed into her head with great force.
Ugh.
Time of death, approximately 1 a.m. Body has bruises, as if from a struggle. And there are traces of blood under the fingernails.
I just kind of talk through as I'm finding these things. I just speak it out loud to Fenna.
Well, her last appointment was at 6, so either she stayed here or she went home and came back. No forced entry means she probably knew her assailant or trusted them for some reason.
Or she just hadn't closed up shop yet and they just walked right in.
At 1 o'clock in the morning?
Well, yeah. Maybe they found a key.
Or she let them in. The kind of
Yeah.
force
mean,
you're
more
describing
likely.
sounds like it could be one of our rogue replicants, but why would a replicant want to kill Seraphine? She's a supporter of the underground.
Oelsen, make a connections roll. Let's see if you would have known that or if that's surprising to you. No.
Yep. I just kind of raise an eyebrow at her. At Fenna.
Fenna shrugs. I hear things.
Yep.
Did we meet her in the last case? Is she one of the ones that we met in
Nope.
that creepy apartment?
Nope.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Never
Okay,
met her.
All right. I knew there were several people in there. I couldn't remember if she was one or not.
Yep. No, you've never met her.
All right.
I
I'm
think
gonna start looking around the place again. I want to look and see if it seems like anything was taken. Like if whoever did this was after more, like we just wanted to kill her, or if they came to get something and she was the problem.
Yeah, you don't see that anything was taken. Everything was, You don't see anything that you know of anyway that was taken. And you don't need to make an observation roll. I don't think that you would know what was taken. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, if it looked like things had been rifled through, that something
Gotcha.
was being searched for.
gotcha.
Ransacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. But I think probably around that time, Eben arrives.
Well, what have I missed exactly?
Comes on in the door, sees them there, comes on over to the corpse.
Baker, are you
Well-
okay?
I'm fine. No more free lunches at that pretty little noodle house.
Fenna just kind of pokes her head out of the kitchen and says, she's not fine, but we have bigger problems.
Abhainn puts a hand on her shoulder, sort of.
I don't have a clever or comforting response.
There's nothing to say. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's just figure out what the hell is going on and get this shit fixed.
I will bring Abhainn up to speed on everything that I just said to Oelsen about Rep Underground, why would a replicant want to kill Seraphine, etc.
And I'll tell him about the body.
It seems to be something going around. Turns out there's also a contract out on my undercover personality. We're digging into the right things if we're pissing off this many people. I don't think it's going to get us very far, but we're pissing off in the right direction.
I'm gonna look at Fenna. They came after us in a marked speeder.
Well, whoever did this is getting bolder, it seems.
They did not try to hide the fact that they came after cops. That's a problem.
Which means
Wow.
someone very high up doesn't want people to know how much of this infiltration is out there.
Yeah.
I wonder what... Fenna will look down at Seraphine's body and say, I wonder what she knew. We should check the Esper wall, see if we can find out who came in or out of here last night around 1 a.m. Or
Yeah.
leading up, or left shortly after.
I don't think it should fucking be me. I hate that machine. It's gotten worse over the years. I'm better on the streets.
I feel you on that.
Is there anything out there that I can do for you? Or
Can I look around as well, see if there's any clues that they might have missed?
I'm
presume not,
going to
but-
hand wave that. There's no need.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find something at her apartment. Maybe there's something there.
You don't know where she lives. None of you do.
We can figure that out, though. Right? We're cops.
I'm going to go ahead and say, just because I
Or
want
no.
to try to keep you guys on track with the various places that you should go
Yeah.
to save you time.
Thank you.
To save you the time that you need to stay on track. That there are several places that probably are better suited to finding clues. Excuse me. One of them was mentioned, which is the Esper Wall. Certainly, that's a great idea.
Right?
The second, which is the sort of most obvious place, which I don't think you guys have looked at, is the Yukon Hotel.
Well, that's where
Yeah,
they
we
were
were-
headed when they got shot out of the
Yeah.
sky.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I didn't see you
Yeah.
heading back there quite. Or playing. I mean, that's a planned place.
That's a planned place. We're
That's a
headed.
planned place.
Is there a
The-
third?
There is a third,
There's
which is specifically concerning these butterflies. Those of you who are familiar with, I think that might be just Fenna, with who these butterflies belong to. That strikes a chord. That is resonant because you remember that the Aurelian,
Mm-hmm.
who is at least on the outside, the friendly purveyor of anemoid bugs and butterflies, but behind the scenes, is a lot more and knows a lot more than he purports to show.
Fenna begged the butterfly. She'll talk to the Aurelian.
I still plan to go back to the Yukon Hotel. And I make a quick stop at the precinct on the way.
Okay.
I've got clothes in the locker. Just to at least change my shirt. Wipe
All right.
off some of the blood.
Yeah. Okay. So we will abandon this particular shop. I'll bring you guys back to the main map.
Show up
Well,
and do techie stuff
where would-
eventually. I have a terrible tech skill, but whatever.
Where would I best be served, team?
I don't think any of us have a high tech score.
No, although technically maybe with your street connections, you should see the Aurelian.
Hmm.
That's up to you. My tech is a D, but my intelligence is a B, so it's a crapshoot. But to get to the Esper Wall, you need connections, which is an A plus a D.
That's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
My connections are decent because of what I do. It's a B,
Yeah.
but my tech is a D.
What's your
My
it'll up
connections
eventually.
in tech are both a D.
What's your intelligence though, Arkin?
B.
Okay, so you and I have the exact same chance of making the tech roll, but you've got a better chance of getting in there with connections.
All right. So yeah, no, maybe it should.
So I'd
All right,
look
I'll
at
go
the-
with-
Yeah, that's all you
Yeah.
guys.
All right, so then I'll go to the Aurelian, like I said.
Keep
All
us on speed dial.
This is
Don't
the
do anything
afternoon
stupid.
shift
Look
that
over
we're
your
talking
shoulder.
about here, by the way. This is what we're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
be doing for spending our afternoon shift of day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna quick change my shirt real quick, wipe off some of the blood, most of it, and then just enough to be not disturbing to look at. And I do not know what he just said. And yeah, head over to the Yukon.
All right. So the Yukon Hotel is actually a sort of a dingy hotel in Sector 5. So let's move you to... It's not actually located here. I don't see the Yukon Hotel anywhere on the map.
Yeah, you guys were making it up, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's make
Yeah,
it like right...
It was general area.
Like,
I
yeah.
didn't move my character.
Oh, that's
It
right. You
was
didn't
right
move.
about
All right.
there.
Okay. So I'll put Yoshida's body back at headquarters. So you're right there, right?
Yeah.
Let's just zoom in a bit. Excuse me. So you're at the Yukon Hotel.
Yes.
Fenna, you've gone back to the headquarters for the Esper Wall, right?
No, I'm going to the Aurelian, and
the
I'm
Aurelian.
going to try the Esper roll.
Okay. There we go.
Esper Wall. We determined he has a better chance of getting access to it than I do, and our chances of succeeding at tech are the same. So
Got it. Okay. So that means that you're on Anemoid Row.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are all in the same sector, essentially, which is good. All right. So now we are in the afternoon shift. Let's start with Oelsen. Oelsen, you finally make it to the Yukon Hotel. I'm going to move you to a map. Again, apologies. That Novak is not there. And neither is Yoshida. But hopefully you can still see.
Yes, we can see.
Yep.
Good. Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. You get to the hotel's lobby. There's an old Chinese man sitting in the lobby. He says, "What do you want?"
At this point, I am just ticked off at the world. I open up my coat so he sees the badge. I'm going upstairs.
"Oh, you are Blade Runner."
I look at him. I'm going upstairs.
Where are you going?
Wherever the hell I want.
Whoa, hold
I
on.
go upstairs.
But you don't know where he is. You don't know, like, you're just gonna go to his room?
I don't know apartment number.
Does it say on the thing? Hold on, let's take a look. Should be in the handouts. Under handout C, it says Yukon Hotel 1187, Hunterwasser Street. Doesn't say what his apartment number is.
All right. I need to know. I show him a picture. I need his room. I need his apartment number.
Okay. I've got a handout for this guy too, if you can believe it. Mugshots. So many mugshots, so little time. There he is.
Nice.
Lok Tang. The hotel manager. Brings you upstairs to the 3rd floor, opens the door, and then gives you the key and says,
I'll bring it back.
"Okay. Come back when you're ready."
Thank you. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to close the door behind me.
Okay. I'm going to give you a handout of what you see. Some of which is pretty obvious. Because as soon as you open the door, you just like are hit in the face with this just intense coppery tang in the air. So let me give you the handout here of what you see. This is the hotel room.
And another dead body.
There is a dead body in here. The room is small, dingy, and smells of smoke and, well, blood.
I'm going to go up to the body. Does that look like Vale?
So, you look at the body on the floor. There's a large pool of blood around its head. It's male. And his head has been crushed. And his eyes have been gouged out. But it is identical to Alice Vale.
What I thought. Doppelgangers. Perfect. Yeah. Alright. I gotta call this one in.
If you want, you can find out more. But you'll need to make a medical aid roll.
Let's do that.
Do you want to
push that?
You can only push one.
Yep.
Oh, fuckity shit.
Shit bucket.
Well, that didn't work well, did it?
2 resolve out.
Okay. That puts me down to 0 resolve.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you're having a day.
I'm having a wonderful day.
So you're broken by resolve. Let's
Yup.
talk about what happens when you're broken by resolve.
Kind of makes sense.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
fun
This body.
crying in the
Yeah.
rain.
Here we go. Stress factors, permanent. No, you don't get a permanent loss of resolve. Holy shit. Critical stress effects. Yeah. You're broken by stress, and you suffer a critical stress effect. Immediately roll 1 base die corresponding to your empathy rating. What is your empathy rating?
So, empathy is a C, so a D8.
So roll a d8.
Oh, I guess that means the more empathetic you are, the worse shit can get for you.
Oh, Lord.
Pretty sure mine's high.
Yeah,
Mine's an A.
Holy shit.
That's how I wound up catatonic.
Oh, no. A 2. Okay, here's what happens on a 2. You break down in despair.
Makes
Please
sense.
role play this effect as appropriate for the situation. During this breakdown, you can move to safety, but you can't perform any action that would require a skill roll. So,
Just calling for
role play away,
just
Julie.
calling the dispatch considered a skill roll.
No.
Okay. She sits down straight on the floor, right where she is, and hands shaking, calls dispatch. We've got another DB, says the address, says the room. Need the morgue, need the coroner.
And I think we just sort of, as the KIA sort of falls from your hand, because your eyes are just focused on this body, and your breaths come in sort of ragged, shallow gasps. We just sort of focus on your eyes. Julie, have you used any key memories in this session yet?
Yes.
The memory
With
or the
Yoshida.
Key relationship
and
or memory?
Right.
Key memory with Yoshida to her related to her backstory
Okay.
with the battle on Offworld.
Okay. And you got a point of resolve for that, right?
Oh.
No?
I didn't take a resolve for that. No.
Oh.
So would I still have one left then?
So you would have 1.
Oh.
I'm glad I asked.
I mean, this reaction is still about accurate though.
Fair. But I just want to make sure that you don't just sit there babbling to yourself until you can get back and, do something
Yeah.
worthwhile.
Yeah. She's gonna sit there for a minute though. So does that mean I have 1 then?
Yes, that's what he said. You have.
Let
one
me
for
check
yourself.
something here. It says,
Oh, okay.
hold on. I know if you use your key memory, you get a humanity point.
Oh.
But I don't know
Yes.
if you get any resolve back. No.
No,
You
you have to
don't.
interact with your key relationship to get a point of
Correct.
resolve back.
Yes.
Which I have not.
Okay, so
done.
then you do... Yeah, so then your resolve is still 0.
Did you
Yeah.
gained a point of resolve back by resting? Did you take that one?
No. Okay, so during the rest period, I gained 1 from talking to Hayden, but I didn't take 1 for the rest.
Oh!
Oh, well, there you go. Then you would gain
Everybody
one for the rest.
with your... Yeah, so as I mentioned...
Okay.
with
Yeah.
this-
No, I forgot that
That's
part.
fine. No worries. So you're still at 1.
That could hook her up.
Important to remember things. So
Yes.
you're at 1 resolve. God help you. If you fucking drop again, this is gonna be bad.
Right. Right.
So you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, hands still shaking.
Pick my KIA up off the floor. Take a breath, and then
Start all
you
over
can do
again.
this. You can do this.
Just saying.
Yeah. Start all over again. I'm gonna look at the room, search the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna look away from the body. I'm gonna search the room.
Okay. So the room, as evidenced by this sheet, this what's it called?
Map?
Not the map, but the
Handout?
The handout, the photo that we're all looking at. There's a newspaper on the floor. I'm going to give that to you as a handout as well. Looks familiar to you.
Oh, hey.
Except there's a piece that's missing. It's been torn out. Bottom left.
Hmm.
There's also something else that
Vangelis beauty
you...
salon ad.
Yeah, if you do a sort of a comparison of the two newspapers, right? I'll do one in chat with those people.
So yeah, we all just did that in our own separate windows.
I love that.
Yep.
I love
Chat
that.
know what we were doing.
Chat's like, I'm looking at something. I'm looking at something else. But yeah, if you take a look at...
What am I seeing here?
If you sort of... I'm going to just open it up real quick for chat. But if we take a look at B, which looks like this, down here in the bottom left-hand corner, there's an ad for Bright Eyes Beauty Salon.
Yes, there is.
And that does seem to be the piece that's been ripped.
That's missing.
And is missing. Oelsen, one more thing that you find is you find, actually, sorry, two more things that you find. You find a Wallace Corp leaflet on the table. Yet another handout. Looks like this. The stars are hidden behind the life we create. I love that.
And Wallace is pointing up to the sky.
Isn't that not nice?
Mm-hmm.
Aesthetic logo.
Isn't it? And then
I love it.
last but not least, on the floor, between the body and the bed, you find a large brown feather.
This is odd. Does it look synthetic? I feel like they're all synthetic.
Kind of hard to tell. Like if you touch someone's skin, does that feel synthetic?
Right.
Who knows?
Tag it and tag it. She's just breathing hard with every single thing. She's really having to focus and like try to tunnel vision her way through the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She's gonna message Fenna and Abhainn about this.
Okay. Fenna and Abhainn, you both get messages about all the...
Yeah.
Fenna just responds with, "Called it!"
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not leaving until people come to rope off the scene and...
Well,
everybody
no one's
gets-
even found the body. So do you want to call it in?
I called... Yeah, I'm calling it in.
Okay, you call it in. Probably later
Yeah.
in that shift, the cops will arrive and they will find the body of Ellis Vale somehow again. And of course, the camera will like shift down to Lok Tang, the manager of the hotel, who's like, "Oh my god!" And he's like all fucking messed up by seeing this guy murdered in his hotel, and thinking about, of course, the inherent loss of business that this will incur. Let's finish tonight with Abhain's trip to the Esperwall. So we're going to bring you back to the main map.
Yep.
And Sarah, we'll get to your trip next
Totally
time.
fine.
to the Aurelian. So you come back again to that same place that you've been to before at LAPD headquarters, which is the Esper Wall.
Mm-hmm. Burn a promotion point.
Yeah, another
roll
promotion
connection,
point.
right?
Yeah, roll a connection, burn a promotion point, and let's hope for the best. Ooh. This time, 0 connections.
Push it real good.
Oh dear.
Push both, we think? Yeah?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I've got the
Okay.
There you go.
2 successes. You burn a promotion point. Same person at the front desk for the Esper Wall gives you the nods and lets you pass.
There's a line to use the Esper Wall, and I fight real hard to cut the line. There's my push.
What do you want to do?
Tech
here?
roll, right?
Well, what do you want to do first?
Oh, so okay, so there's 3 things as I see it. 1, do we try and track? And she just texted this in on the KIA, right?
Sure did, yeah.
Baker? So now I am going to try and look at.
Well, still looking to see, because we know it's not Vale,
Yeah.
because the Vale's duplicate
Right.
is dead. Need to see who killed Seraphine, because there's a really
Right.
good chance that it's a Seraphine duplicate.
I need to see who has been at both the Yukon Hotel and the beauty salon in the span of the last 24 hours with that much blood on the floor, we think?
I would also
Possibly
say
less.
whoever left the
And then you left the beauty salon, yeah.
whoever left the beauty salon after 1 a.m. because
Yeah.
time of death was 1 a.m. So if we see her leaving after 1 a.m.
Right.
So
Then we have to figure out who went in there before that.
let's start. Which one do you want to hit the Esper Wall up first with a tech roll?
I think the easier of the 2 is who left at 1 a.m.
Well,
Or
there's 2 different places, right? There's the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon.
Yeah.
And the Yukon Hotel. You can search the Esper, but each one requires a tech roll.
I'm going to tech roll first because we have a time of death for the beauty salon.
Okay. Beauty Salon it is. So hit me with a tech roll.
Yes!
Success.
1 success.
All right. And that is clues. That's going into promo points for the day.
Okay. Plug it in. And this is what you get.
Enhance.
It will be that kind of deal. I'm just letting you know.
I know. He doesn't love it, but he understands how to look at the tapes for those things because it's just watching the street from further away.
Let me find it. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah, here we go. Wait, is that right? Hold on 1 second, folks. That's not right. Give me 1 second. Apologies, I don't want to give you the wrong handout. That would be very bad. Yeah, according to this, it doesn't seem like there is an Esper for the Bright Eyes Beauty Salon.
What?
That's dumb.
But I will
Shady.
allow you to use that for something else if you'd like.
Can I use that for? Yeah. No, I
The
feel like
Yukon?
it's got to be Yukon Hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so,
I'm gonna use that for Yukon Hotel.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. The Yukon Hotel.
And
There's
what is
definitely
the-
one for the Yukon.
What is the distance between the Yukon Hotel and Bright Eyes Beauty Salon?
Probably not that far. I would say. Well, actually, that's not true because the
No, 'cause-
one is in Sector 1 and one is in Sector 5, so pretty far actually. Now that I think about it.
So then it's going to be an arduous task to sort through hours of footage and start to try and really comb through faces in the hotel and looking at staff entrances, looking at loading docks, if somebody tried something shady, looking for people that are out of place, and him trying to use his city speaker gutter rat personality habits and tendencies to try and spot what's out of place for anybody that looks either insanely familiar or completely out.
I mean, I will allow, since that was a success, for the most relevant, this takes over a shift, right? So this takes time. It's not like you punch it in and 5 minutes later you find it.
That's what I'm saying is I expect this to be a long, draw, boring fucking thing for him for hours.
Yep. That makes sense. Which makes
Get any of that.
even more sense that when you finally pull up a photo of the Yukon Hotel from the outside, although you cannot see their faces, you see that there were several people at approximately the time of night that you scan for, all waiting outside the Yukon Hotel.
And an owl.
And it does seem that someone has a rather large animoid bird on their arm.
That would have all been in my details about the feather and everything else. So,
Do you want to
And
roll another tech roll, perhaps for another angle?
so when was this?
This was the first night.
Okay. The night before Vale broke in at Wallace?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure that's the first night.
that is correct.
I'm going to send off evidence of this and then say I'm going to dig a little deeper and I'm going to put a second shift into other angles. Same shift if possible.
Okay, so you want to...
Do you want to... second roll?
Yeah, second roll for tech, please.
Okay.
Do you want to push it?
Yes. Push them both. Why not? Let's make a bad choice.
Let's go. One
Hey,
success.
nice.
there you go.
Swinging big in Blade Runner.
You enhance. Switch the camera angle. And you see this.
Uh-huh.
Enhancing...
And that's him. That's Vale.
That is Ellis Vale. The others, however, are wreathed in shadow.
This artwork is freaking gorgeous.
Ain't it though?
I send this off for information as well.
Okay.
Try and just as many clues as possible to the team so we can all look at this from different angles. Just going, they either had plans to replace them or the real ones are killing off whoever stood in their place. Now I have less idea. And then send that as a text, as an email with the photos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Probably gonna rub at his eyes, just frustrating and confused. And staring at the wall, exhausted, trying to just track all this down.
I think that as you rub your eyes with exhaustion, there's a tap on your shoulder. And you turn, and Yoshida's standing behind you.
Shit happened to you. How?
It's eerie, right? Considering that Oelsen saw Vale, and then Vale again. Is this Yoshida? Or is this someone like Vale that's pretending to be Yoshida? And I think as we look down, the camera angle looks at Abhain's face as the color slowly drains out of it. And then we look up at Yoshida's face, looking down at Abhainn. And what are you going to end our session with tonight, Yoshida?
I don't have a clue.
Maybe nothing. Maybe it's just a smile. It's just a sort of...
I would say it's not a smile. I would say he looks pissed.
Okay.
Like his hand, the hand on your shoulder isn't gripping you like he's pissed at you, but the look on this man's face is one that wants to fuck something up.
Okay. Now we know your motivation. Very good. Cool. That's it then for tonight, folks. Until my voice explodes yet again.
Yeah.
It was getting all like, in a world. But now it's more like, in a world. So I think it's probably time.
Sound like
in
a world time.
Too much vocal gymnastics over the weekend.
It was a good weekend.
It was a good weekend. Lots of games.
Lots of games.
Mm-hmm. All right. So time to say goodnight to you all. Might as well start with let's start with Julie. Top left-hand corner. Julie, tell us about yourself. Where can you be found on the internet? Go.
Hi, I'm Julie. How y'all doing? You can find me on Discord, hang out with everybody, with Slices, also on the Tunguska Initiative, over on sister channel Mates of Fate, where they're doing a World War II, kill the Nazis, espionage, fun stuff like that. So that's been a blast. Love hanging with these guys. And really, that's just about it, because life is more peaceful that way.
Ain't that
hang
the
with
truth?
People that you want to hang with.
Thank you so much, Julie. Moving down to yet another friendly face who I have murdered here on this channel. I am so sorry, Ben.
It happens.
Eventually, you'll run a game where you'll just absolutely decimate me, and I look forward to that day. I really do.
There we go.
Tell us, where can you be found on the internet, sir?
I can be found on Discord, also with Slices, and over on Mates of Fate, also on the Tunguska Initiative. And then you can also find me on TikTok, making fun of my kids, messing with the pets, making stupid videos.
Loving it. I am not brave enough to do the TikToks. I just watch them and mercilessly mock them. There we go. Thank you. Moving down to Sarah. Where can you be found on the internet, Sarah?
I'm Sarah. You can find me on the interwebs at Lovely Llama on whatever social media platform you want to hunt for me on. Whether or not I posted anything is anybody's guess. And that's all I got for you guys. I am zonked.
Zonked, and deservedly so. Thank you, Sarah. Over to our friend Patrick, who survived this time. He chose not to go in the car. He's like, should I go in the
You
car?
won't see me for a month because I've been on this channel every day off I've had this
You
week.
really have.
You can find me on this channel with Sarah and Matt doing Aliens and Escape from New York, and you can find me for the next chapter because this character is still alive because he's 4 days from retirement, so I've got at least 1 day left. At Pat Marin on Instagram, at The Bar Rover, and you can find out about whiskey tastings as much as all of my acting endeavors, most of which are here, but possibly some more stuff coming up in the future. Question mark, surprise, surprise, who knows? Maybe I'm an actor this year.
Thank you, Patrick. Hello, folks. Before my voice completely shatters, I'm going to just tell you about our channel. We're Slices and Dices. We do role-playing games and other bullshit shenanigans. There, I said it. I said it because Tally is not around to say it. We have a lot of fun. We have some really great people, and we look forward to you joining our wonderful community. I put it into the Twitch chat, our Discord. Please join it. Say hi. Have fun. Bring in your funsies and your memes, and we will actively jump on them with aplomb. Beyond that, we've got some games coming up. We have, of course, our Ravenloft bi-weekly game. We obviously have Alien RPG, which is going to come back sometime in February. Call of Cthulhu, which I know will come back very soon. And then Blade Runner. Star Wars 5e, which will come back as well very soon. And now Patrick's Everyday Hero games, which I'm very glad to add to the roster. Hell yes. We'll throw a couple more one-shots in there, but I can't plan for any more. My brain and my voice and my body are, well, they're at zero resolve. That's all I've got to say about that. Thank you for those of you in chat who are joining us tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, Into the AM. You can check out their cool shirts, like the one I'm wearing right now, which shows.
I ordered some.
I think I saw that, Sarah. Oh my god, it disappeared because the ninja, cyber ninja, is causing my face to just disappear. But whatever. And Monument Sound, some of which you've seen in this particular episode, and Czepeku Maps. All of that. Thank you very much for your sponsorship of our channel. Thank you for your sponsorship in whatever way you determine that to be, whether it be a sub or a follow or a like on whatever social you follow. That's it. I'm done, as is my voice. I'm going to be communicating through smoke signals from here on out.
You got 7 words left to say. 10 words left
My remaining words will be the following. Remember, take care of each other, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. Yourselves is one word. That's technically 13 words. It's 13 words. It's 13 words. It's not 14 words. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.